What's up, guys? This is Real Estate Podcast, episode 100, and there's no redo. Fuck it, I'm gonna redo it. No, I'm not. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Travis.
And I'm phasing in from the blind eternities with Adam.
Ooh, damn.
We're getting really good at nailing our intro within that intro time I like. Because when that first horn hits, I'm like, oh, fucking right. Damn, I fucked that up.
That's all good. It happens.
It's live, baby.
I mean, it is episode 100.
It is
we're allowed.
100.
You know.
I mean, you did the equivalent of tripping over a cord while
I
walking
did,
out.
man.
Yeah.
And then I looked around, see if anybody saw me.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
got a little
No one-
embarrassed, like, make sure nobody saw me.
Only the mic heard you.
Episode 100. I don't think I've ever done 100 of anything.
I tried to do 100 sit-ups one time. It was
I
awful.
made it to about 15. Gave up.
Yeah. Man wasn't meant to fucking move like that. Yeah, episode, it feels good. You know, it feels like
We're
I've
still
accomplished
here.
something. Yeah, right.
3 years?
2.
No, it started
two?
in 2016, man.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking weird.
Don't feel like it, does it?
No, hell no.
I mean, if you go to our page, our start date was December 2016.
So right at the tail end, right at the
Yeah.
asshole end.
Copyright
Well.
2016 on there.
Yeah, right. We copyright the date
Yeah.
just so you couldn't fuck with us, you know?
Yeah.
It feels good, man. We've watched some pretty decent movies for the most part. I mean, we haven't
We haven't had a
watched
lot of
many
turds.
duds. No.
Really.
Uh,
And even the turds we had, like,
Generated a lot of
yeah,
content.
glad I
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
And then I've watched a lot of movies that I never would have watched
Yeah.
without the podcast.
Right.
Like,
That's the
forces me
best
to watch
part.
movies.
Yeah, that's the best part. Which, you know, we always watch things that we want to watch, but one of my favorites is like watching something that nobody's ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just kind of find it out of the blue. And it's like, hey, let's watch this, guys, and
then
it
it's
turns
good.
into something. Yeah, yeah.
What was that one movie we watched? I was trying to think of it in the year end. Remember, we watched a movie this past year, and we were just like, this stole the show. Like, we watched it like a set of movies. I can't remember, man, but we were just like, we were all really impressed with it. Y'all remember?
Valerian? No,
That was good, but
it was.
I'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, we've watched so many.
Yeah.
I mean, I would know if we were going to watch it, if we would already reviewed it or something. Like, I'd be like, wait, we've already done that.
We did review it. I'll find out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. It'll be on the next week's episode. I do want to do a honorable mention to something I screwed up on the Bohemian Rhapsody episode.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of things have came to light, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I said, has there been a rock star on that level in our lifetime? Like, that's been consistent. And we couldn't think of one, but you know who we missed?
Who?
Dave Grohl.
Oh, yeah, he's...
I mean, he's rock star status, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
and
mean,
good.
he dare we admit that he's in legend status?
He is in legend status.
Yeah.
He's up there at the point now where, from whatever point you want to call it, from whatever origin, he's at a point now where if he dies, it's going to be headline news. Like, it's a big deal.
Oh yeah. And he seems like a real genuine person too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that he's not an asshole, you know? And he's funny and he's down to earth, and like, that makes me just, you know, appreciate him and kind of admire him that much more. So yeah, I you know.
And he's like, I mean, like, every band he's ever been in,
Yeah.
sells records.
Has he
He's
ever
been in a
a bad
shitload of
band?
bands. Huh?
Yeah. Has he ever been in a bad band?
Not that I know of. He's kind of
I mean,
like, well, I mean, you got to look at it like
There
this.
was,
What
there
about
was
Jack White?
Probot, but that's not really a band, more of a
Can you put
supergroup.
Jack White on that level? It's Jack White, man.
I think
But listen, no. Here's the thing. Jack White's entered like a level of pretentiousness.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
But he's still like, you know. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. So these are some of his notable acts. Dave Grohl. Yeah, we've got Dane Bramage, which is a short-lived punk rock band from DC. This was before Nirvana. Then he was in Scream, which was before Nirvana. Then he was in Nirvana, of course. Then he was in Late. Came out in '92 as a demo.
Mm-hmm.
And then Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, Probot, like you said, Them Crooked Vultures, Tenacious D, Killing Joke. I've never heard of them. Yeah. And then Ghost, like Ghost is on here, Tom Petty, Cage the Elephant, and Juliet and the Licks. I'm guessing he filled in for them at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe he's recorded some of Ghost's material.
Makes sense.
Yeah, when they first started, right?
Well, they did an EP of covers, and I believe that's where he was involved.
I think if I had the choice, though, I like Jack White. But if I had to, they're like, you can hang out with one for a day. I'm going with Dave Grohl.
I think Jack White would be
I think if I was hanging out with Jack White, dude, we'd be sitting around sipping tea and eating crumpets or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he'd just be sitting in a chair, staring at me with his legs crossed. Like
everything would start off good, probably, until you hit a point in the conversation where where you don't agree on something.
Yeah. Which would probably be a lot.
Well, I mean, probably when you realize that he could give a shit about half the shit you're probably going to try to bring up with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you got Dave Grohl's like, pots. More pots.
Well, I feel like Dave Grohl, he'll roll with the punches, you know? Yeah. Like, it seems like it, at least, like his demeanor.
You'd be sitting there and he's like, I got another confession to make.
I feel like I don't know enough obscure artists to talk to Jack White.
No. I don't know anything about upholstery. He worked in an upholstery shop.
Yeah, and he would get that out.
He does that for fun.
I mean, I thought I was a nerd.
You know that's like a new level. That's like a hipster nerd.
Yeah. I do upholstery.
But you're right, man. Dave Grohl. And one day they will make... I keep thinking they'll make a Nirvana movie. They've made one. I think there's one. It focuses around Kurt Cobain, how weird he was. I think I've seen one where they made like a little movie, leading up to his death. But you don't see him. But I'm talking about a proper.
It's more of a, most of Nirvana stuff have just been music documentaries, which I mean, there's quite a few of them now. I think at least 2 or 3.
But there was one made for TV movie. Like it was it wasn't like this Queen movie, but it was a Nirvana movie. But it was about Kurt Cobain, really, just kind of centered around him and how weird he was. And
right,
wasn't that good. My uncle told me about it. He actually named his son Kurt after Kurt Cobain. He's a big Nirvana fan. Yeah. But
I wish there would be a movie. And maybe there's one that I just never heard of, but a film that kind of covers the grunge era.
Oh yeah, like the whole 90s.
Where it's just everyone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
maybe it could be centered around this, like Seattle, or because most of that took place there. Or
well, I know that the guy that did Metal, A Headbanger's Journey.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he had his own series on MTV2 or Fuse or something where he would do specific genres. And I think he did a grunge genre. It was an hour-long episode that he did on grunge, which I like that guy as a documentary filmmaker. Yeah. He's really good. Like, he knows what he's talking about.
He knows his shit.
Yeah, so I think that he did one, but and I think I saw it because I think I watched that whole series. I enjoyed that documentary so much that he released, but I could be wrong. I might be thinking of something else. But it makes sense though to do that because, like, if you get down to the brass tacks, who created grunge? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think that the Melvins created grunge because they came out in like 84, 85, 86.
Mm-hmm.
So, or is grunge, I mean,
They just didn't push it to the radio.
no, you can't
The
push
early
that to the radio.
'90s, like stuff was coming out. It was coming out on like the fucking radio, and they were like, "Wait a minute!" It was like it was a grunge fucking invasion.
Well, I blame Pearl Jam for
Yeah.
that. I mean, I love
There's
Pearl
a
Jam.
I don't mean to jump genres here, but there is a movie coming out soon that I'd like to see called Lords of Chaos.
Yes, I've
I
seen
saw the
this
trailer
trailer.
for that.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I saw an interview with, I think it was a Culkin, like it wasn't Macaulay, but I guess it's like his brother or something. But he's in it,
That's cool. Isn't
and
that
I guess I don't know exactly what it's about. All I know is that like he had to learn like metal, and so he was bringing up black metal and stuff on live TV, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
what kind of movie do we have going on here?
well, I know they're doing a biopic of Mayhem.
Yep. Saw that little teaser for that.
Yeah, and that's fucking crazy to think about. You know what I mean?
Unless that's, I mean,
It's
is that
not
what that
like
movie is?
it's not a high budget, but
No.
it ain't Queen status.
Well,
But it
there's
is a
two movies.
biopic.
There was a movie that came out called Until the Light Takes Us, I think, and it was about the black metal scene and
It's
what
like a
happened to
documentary, right?
Anonymous. Well, yeah, like there was if it's going on the dude from Burzum killing a dude that he thought was going to kill him, because that's the way, because the two sides of the story is that I think dude just straight up kills his member because over a discussion and because of their attitude over there, they were just really fucking extreme. And then the dude that got in jail, and he's out now, but he his side of the story was that he had caught wind that dude was trying to kill him, and so he killed him back in self-defense.
Right.
Stand your
Well,
ground.
So really,
Lords
it's
well,
just a really strange story, man.
right. Well, all right. Lords of Chaos is premiering at Sundance, and that is the Mayhem biopic.
Is it a movie?
Yes. It's based off of the book of the origins of a scene that would soon become notorious around the world. Lords of Chaos charts how that pimply kid and his pals put on some corpse paint makeup, down-tuned their guitars, and crafted a doomy, shrieking, heavier than hell noise that spread its seed far past Scandinavia.
Far past.
Yeah. So I would be,
reached all corners of the globe.
I'd be down for that.
They're like they were like the death metal fucking Kiss.
I mean, these dudes in this picture look like fucking weird.
Like their whole stick, everything down to the sound was just like a rejection of modern music and modern heavy metal.
Yeah.
I was working on my Plex server, and I don't know if you guys know what that is. I recommend one. It's nice, but we'll talk about it later. I had it, pulled up on the computer. I put movies in there, and it, it'll put them in categories for you, and like it looks like Netflix.
Yeah.
For your own personal collection. Like you open Plex, you're looking through it. Like there's Bohemian Rhapsody. You click on it, it's got the picture. It gives you the damn, write up. It tells you who's in it.
Yeah.
I clicked on it just to see how it looked. I sat through the whole damn thing. Like
Right.
once I started, I couldn't turn it off. And it was actually a higher quality copy. Like that's
Really?
out there now. Like it was like
Wow.
9 gigs. Second viewing was better.
Really?
I mean, I liked it the first time, but once I watched it the second time, I don't know, it was better. I was like, I kind of already knew where it was going.
Yeah.
what to expect.
Well, speaking
Now, can I get your vote, Adam, on throwing First Man up on the list?
We gotta watch it.
it's worth
Damn
it.
good movie.
Hell yeah.
Out of the list of stuff, that Queen movie's good. But the First Man movie, that's fucking history, man.
Right.
I can't believe it got snubbed.
When you see the fucking cracker box that they put these guys in,
Dude,
like you can see the rivets and like the
oh
metal,
my
like
God.
just and like how many of them died. That's another thing too. When people start talking about faking the moon landing, it's like, well, why did they? So they just murdered all these astronauts trying to do it? Like,
Yeah.
all these people died, right?
Right.
But it was crazy, and just to see how stressed out this guy was, like 24/7, because he knew he was going to the moon, and he was like, probably not gonna make it back. Like we're rolling the dice on this one.
Yeah.
But they did, man. You know what would suck? 3 guys go up, right?
Yeah.
One guy stays in the little pod that's in orbit around the moon.
Yeah.
Would you want to be that guy? Like the guy that goes to the moon but doesn't get to walk on the moon? Like, you got to stay in the pod?
No.
Like, damn, you're like that close to it?
Yeah.
I would have been like, nah, whenever they come back up, send me down. I saw a press conference, and it's funny because they would show clips from these press conferences that you can actually go online and watch them. They were real. Like, they were just reacting to press conference. And he asked him, how he felt about it, and he just, how you feel about this? What's going on? And he was like, I wish we could carry more fuel, because there's like no room for error.
Right.
0 room. Like, one fuck up,
it's over with.
Toast.
Oh, the way they show you the margin of error he has to work with and shit like that, dude. Because that's what I loved about it, man. It's goddamn so much information in that movie.
There's a clip of Buzz Aldrin. He's like real big on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's always going around. He's still riding that train,
Right.
I mean, he was, he went to the moon.
Yeah.
There's an interview with him where he walks out of somewhere like an airport or something. One of these fucking TMZ scum motherfuckers says something to him about the moon landing being fake.
Oh yeah.
And Buzz looks at him and like his face changes. He tries to punch the guy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Now, after I watched this movie, that makes sense. When you see what these motherfuckers had to go through,
right?
That's the last thing you want to hear somebody say.
Well, isn't it? I mean, I know conspiracy theories are fun and everything, but to a certain point,
it would have cost more to fake it than it would have cost to actually do it.
Yeah.
Not to mention, we didn't have the technology at the time to fake it. We could now. We could fake it and it'd be a damn good fake.
Right.
But back then, we didn't even have the proper lights. We didn't have... I mean, back then, the TV you were watching it on was like a damn 12-inch tube television with fucking bunny ears. Like,
yeah.
We didn't have the technology.
Right.
To fake that shit.
Speaking of fake, before I forget about it, so I was talking to Mr. Corey White the other day, Mr. White, and I was telling him about the Queen movie and my thoughts on it and everything, and I was like, I said, I can tell that it was Freddie, or it sounded just like him, and he goes,
it's this guy on YouTube.
Yes, yeah, he has a band called Queen Extravaganza.
Yeah, they do like a tribute. Yeah, actually, he made it. Did you go look him up? He's even got his cheeks. Yes. He's got Freddie Mercury's cheeks. I think he's got extra teeth too, like, because he's able to do that sound. So all the live shots that they did, like, that's that guy singing.
It's fucking. He's incredible.
He's pretty good. Like, he's real. He's not Freddie, but he's close.
He's close enough.
He's
Why
real
the
close.
Fuck do they not get him to go on tour instead of Adam fucking Lambert?
I don't know.
He sounds so much better. Like,
I don't like Adam Lambert's voice. It's too high, man. It's too whiny.
This guy that is in Queen Extravaganza has the fucking Freddie swag.
Yeah, and he sits down, plays piano.
He's so fucking
kind of
good.
looks like him.
It's
He
scary.
looks like late 80s Freddie.
I would pay to go see that band.
Yeah.
That's how much. Like I went
They
through
tour
and
like nonstop.
I went through and watched a lot of their live videos and stuff, and it is fucking impressive.
Yeah, he's
Like,
good.
very
Like if they
impressive.
ever come around, we should go see him. That's the closest to seeing Queen you'll ever get.
Yes.
He's a
Yes.
very good, like, he's jammed with them, but I think they're
Right.
just worried. You know, like Adam Lambrick, he's pulling people to the
Yeah,
show too. You know, he's also in it. You know,
He's a name.
it's like it's a double event. You got Queen and him. Like,
Fuck that guy.
but this guy, he's on point. I thought that whenever I was doing my research on the movie before it came out, I came across his performances, and then I watched one of these things where he came out and sat down like on a talk show, played a song at the piano. Did you see that one?
Yes.
Then he mentioned he was going to be doing some work in the Queen movie.
Yeah.
So when I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, that's him. I can hear it. Like that's because the actor, he couldn't sing like that. Like he's the closest thing to Freddie Mercury I've ever heard, though.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks
amazing.
like him.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
He's got the extra.
I think so, man, because the way his jaws look.
Yeah.
He's got the chipmunk jaws that puff out.
Right.
Little square chin.
Oh, square chin.
But that was cool.
Fucking.
I'm sure he made a pretty penny off of that.
Yeah.
He could have probably played in the movie, but the movie was good. Dude did a good job. Like it should win something.
Yeah. Yeah, it should.
Mean, if you ask me, I haven't seen Black Panther, but I definitely would pick that over Black Panther.
Yeah, I would rather watch the Queen movie over that any day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know that guy existed. And when Corey was telling me about him, I went on a fucking binge watch of everything. When they did Under Pressure, their bass player does the David Bowie parts, and he sounds just like fucking David Bowie.
They're a really good tribute band.
Yes, they're the best tribute band I think I've ever fucking heard. Fucking
I don't
crazy.
know, Yacht Rock's pretty good, but
yeah, good old Yacht Rock.
They're good. But I mean, dude, they got to play in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Go see them sometime.
I'm down.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
I bet they play for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Play all the hits.
I'm down. Let's do it right now.
That's one of the most depressing things is like when you straight like, when you like a band like that, but you can't go see them live because it's over. Like you can go watch Queen, but it's kind of sad now. Like I still don't even know the fucking bass player's name.
No.
That dude looked just like Brian May, dude.
He did.
Just fucking like him.
That's scary. So, do y'all want to talk about this fucking intense episode of True Detective?
Episode 5?
Yes.
Oh, man. Let's do it. We start picking up some more clues here. We start figuring out what's happened.
Yeah, kinda.
I think they pinned that murder on that motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
But someone did it.
Well, yeah, and it shows
they stole the fingerprints. He was like, how's this bag under here? It's not even burnt.
Yeah.
Looks like it just, it looks brand new. And then, then the dad's in the room and they play this clip. And I'm like, now, wait a minute. When I was listening to that, I was like, no, wait.
She's not talking about
talking about the dad, dude. She's talking about that other motherfucker.
Yeah, the guy that got on there.
The damn, was he the district attorney or something?
Well, he was, yeah, I think so.
Remember when this first started, I was like, there's something about that guy. The way he's like, he tries to pull him away from certain things. He's like, no, we need to focus on this.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't want you going around knocking on the doors in this area. Like,
yeah,
we don't need to waste money on that. There's something. They did. I read an interview where there was a tie-in with the first season. They tied it in. Yeah. The thing with the dolls, they make reference to the killings in this other place. It's tied in, kinda. They were even saying that was kind of their appearance in the episode. Like,
yeah,
So it's tied into it. There's some, old, white, rich pedophile shit going on here. Something.
Yeah, it's
So I think it's this guy or someone. I don't know, man. And they're still trying to solve it. But what's crazy is when fucking Hayes goes to see Roland, he's like, you don't even know what the fuck. Roland's bad as fuck, ain't he? How cool is this motherfucker?
I know.
His gut even look real.
Yeah, for real.
He's just like laid back, and he's like, and here, I'm just trying to figure out something happened here. Like, I don't know if Roland, like, he thought Roland was like banging his wife. Because obviously they got some issues in the marriage department. Yeah. Like, I mean, they hate each other. Next thing you know, they're banging. I mean, we've seen them bang like 3 times.
Yeah.
It's always in like weird moments. Like,
right.
But how about, let's get back to this. So we finally got to see what happened when this fucking mine goes off.
When the fucking Claymore explodes.
This goddamn carnage was like,
amazing.
Holy shit, it blew this motherfucker at the front door apart in pieces.
Yeah.
I did not expect, like when he had that flashback where he saw it, I was like, God damn. Then I forgot about it and I was like, oh yeah.
Then
it cut to it.
Yeah.
See, that Indian dude, he didn't kill Hayes, but he knew he was going to kill him.
Oh yeah.
And he didn't shoot him purposely. I was like, I like you.
Yeah.
But these motherfuckers are kicking my ass. They're rolling up. Dude, he was killing everybody. He's fucking these cops up. How realistic was that shit?
Yeah.
Very realistic. Like,
yeah.
Watching somebody's head pop and drop, drop and lock it.
Yeah, it's that shootout scene was so fucking intense.
Good.
Yes, it was. And it's crazy how like they don't give you a whole like 20-minute standoff like they do in some of the other seasons, but it's so well done.
It was.
And it moves through it like the booby traps shit that he had lined up. So
when those dudes
crazy.
Come running around the back of the house. I saw the tripwire and I was like, boom, legs gone.
Yeah, and he's like, what the fuck? We see why dudes limping around in the 90s.
He almost lost his leg.
Yeah, yeah. I think that they're building up to the second timeline. I'm going to call it the 90s timeline. I think is building up to they're falling out.
Well, he keeps talking about what they did. So let me say this. Like, he's like, you didn't tell them because no one knows.
No.
Did they take that fucking district attorney out there and kill his ass? He's not there anymore.
They may have.
In the future. They did something.
Yeah.
They fixed whatever they did wrong.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
They may have.
We got 3 episodes left.
2. No, 3.
8,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
This was another good episode.
It really was.
I didn't want it to go off.
No. And I think that the 80s episode is going to end up with him doing whatever it was that he done to get put on a desk job. That's going to be I think it's all going to wrap up at basically the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the 90s episode is going to be the wrap up of him and Roland's relationship and possibly even what happens to his wife. Because you said something last week, well, she had to write the book. Well, we find out that she, in the 90s, whenever all this shit's reopened, she finished the book.
Yeah, the book was coming out. Or the book was out.
Yeah.
Before they reopened the case.
Yeah, so she could be snooping around or get involved in it somehow and actually really wind up dead.
I don't think she's banging these cops.
No,
but she's using that,
Yeah.
He's a jealous motherfucker. I would be too.
I mean,
what the fuck you doing? She ain't too bad looking. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I ain't even gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
But I think that that's really what's going to cause the all the stuff to happen with him and her is it's gonna be bad. Whatever happens, yeah. Whether they might not, she might not die. I really do think that she is. but it's going to lead to them like getting a divorce or something along those.
I think they already have, though, because in this episode, they leave the hospital and they go back to what looks like her place.
Yeah.
It's not the house that they were living in.
Yeah.
It's like an apartment.
Well,
you know what I mean? Did y'all notice that?
Well, that was the 80s timeline. Remember, because he got shot in the 80s? Roland got shot in the 80s, and then he leaves the hospital and goes back to the...
That's right. So we're okay, yeah, because in the 90s is when he's got the kids and they're living together. Okay.
Yeah.
This is probably like the first time they bang, maybe.
Yeah, I think that was. And then it shows the... he says something about, did you tell your mom about the divorce? And she's like, what are you talking about? And she told those cops that she was getting that information from, that that she was getting a divorce from, so that she could get that information.
Yeah, because she knows what's up.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
was
knows
talking
what's up too, but yeah,
he's just
he
jealous.
needs
He didn't
to
like
chill
to
the
hear
fuck
that.
out.
He does.
No.
He's way too. Dude, this speech when him and Roland are on the porch.
Oh my God,
wasn't that good, man? How good? What's this motherfucker's name?
Stephen Dorff.
Oh my God, dude!
Sad, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he had a tear rolling, and he was just like, "I'm sorry."
Oh, dude,
I don't remember. I'm sorry. He's like, "You don't pick up the phone, call me in 25 fucking years."
Yeah, right.
I was like, I felt bad for them both.
Yeah.
He's like, we were friends, motherfucker. You just shit on me. But he's not. See, that's the thing. It's fucking purple. It's purple? No, it's haze. He's not. He ain't that kind of motherfucker, man.
No, he's
he ain't
not.
best friend material.
No.
He's a good guy. He's got your back.
But he's not going to call you up and have a beer with you.
Call you up and be like, yo, what's up? You want to watch a game? He told him.
No.
And he's like, let's make some fucking noise.
Yeah.
So these two old geriatric fucks are going to solve this goddamn case. And they may not go anywhere. It may be in the documentary. But there's a lot of shit. We're going to find out in the next season. Like, there's a lot of shit that Hayes can't remember. And Roland's like, motherfucker.
Do you not remember?
Goddamn, we already know what happened. Like, we've already been through this.
Well, the one thing that I thought was interesting that I haven't really pieced it together yet is whenever she shows him the photo of one of the detectives that came up missing during the 90s investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that if the district attorney or whoever that guy is the one that's kind of pulling the strings, making the shit disappear, they get rid of him? Do you think that he was planted in that task force by, you know what I'm saying? Like
someone higher up.
Well, to just spy on them and see what information they get and report back to him, because you don't really see much of the other people that's involved in the investigation. You know they're there, but he was one of the guys that was part of the investigation. He comes up missing. So it would make sense they'd have to take him out too, because he was the one spying on them. And
he knows too much.
Yeah, yeah. So it that theory makes 100% sense right now. You know what I mean? Like,
they might shit on that in the next episode. Just when you think you figured some shit out.
Yeah.
Because in our minds, we're all like, nah. Like, I was sitting there watching it, and when I'm watching, I'll even take my phone out and be like, I'll say, record myself like this. I know what's going on. Nah, you don't know shit, man.
No.
Because in the next episode, everything's going to change.
And
we're going to learn some new shit. And we're going to be like, damn, like, the pacing of this show is amazing.
Yes. And I love the transition. When he's walking up the hallway with his family after they have that argument and his daughter's sick, and then it just instantly
Let's
cuts.
all go get in the big bed.
Yeah.
And then you could see him, dude, I was going to bring this up. This scene where he's old and he's like, where's my family?
Yes. Oh, my God.
Oh, it was so sad,
fucking heartbreaking. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's true. Like, that, they've never done this before. They've never put this, because, most people don't even want to think about that. It's like, that's.
No.
But he worked it into this. This guy, there must have been someone in his family. There must have been something. Yeah. For him to work this in like this, he's experienced that.
Yeah, because I've had family members that have dementia. It runs in my family on my mom's side, and
fucking heartbreaking.
My great grandmother was worse than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he remembers certain things, certain people. She didn't remember anybody except for like,
Caretakers.
well, not even them. It was just certain family members that she would remember. And
It's
see,
because they were a part of a stories that were in a section of her brain that hadn't gone yet.
yeah. And it's crazy because she knew that my great grandfather had passed away, but
Like she
she
didn't know
didn't
when.
she didn't know when, she didn't know how, but she knew that he wasn't there anymore. And but it's weird because that happened like within like 5 years of her passing, but she doesn't remember who I was. You know what I mean?
Now
And
well, that's just something that
yeah. Well,
was
it's
that
just it's
the nail, hey, I won't say in the coffin, but was that the thing that pushed it over? Because usually
well,
something happens
it
and it
didn't help
kicks
the
that shit into
situation.
overdrive, like.
Yeah, because before that she was kind of faking her way through it
But she could still like write checks and
and function. Yeah.
go buy some groceries, maybe cook a
Yeah.
meal. Yeah, it's usually
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Something will happen, and it's usually something that ain't good.
No.
It'll just push it over, like.
Yeah.
And then
And it was just a downhill slump.
there's
And
only one celebrity, man, that speaks out against this shit, and it's fucking Seth Rogen, of all people. I don't know if y'all have looked too much into that, but his wife is a writer too. She's in the industry.
yeah.
Her father has it and
Yeah.
lives with them. Or no, her mother lives. They take care of her. She lives with them. They provide, like they got some little Filipino lady that 24-hour care, like
Yeah.
7 days a week. And he actually went to Congress and was like, "Can we get
Yes.
some research or something? I mean, you motherfuckers, it's like you don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck."
I saw him talking to Congress.
And he's right. No one cares because they're like, well, it's not happening to me. They don't even know where to start. I don't think there's much we can do for it. But I do know, I heard Mel Gibson on Joe Rogan's podcast. You go watch the episode. I don't know what episode number out of the fucking 10,000 he's got. But
right.
He took his dad to Mexico and got some stem cells pumped into him.
I've
And
heard
it kind of
about
brought
this.
him back, man. He
Yeah.
said it worked. But for some reason, our government's like, we're too fucking, Bible stories at bedtime. What is it?
Yeah, Bibles at bedtime.
That's it, dude. We can't.
Yeah.
We don't want to play God. We got to play God, though.
Yeah.
Going to the moon was us playing God. We got to do it. Like,
well, and us curing any diseases.
Here would be my argument to someone that would say something like that. I don't think that way. But here would be my argument. I would say, yeah, but God gave you the stuff that you need to do it with. It's up to you to do it, dumbass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why can't you see it that way? Like, God didn't make a cell phone, but we have them.
He gave us the ability to make it, if you want to look at it that way.
Tell them that, and then they're still like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was sad, him wandering through the house, like, where's my family?
Yeah.
Checking all the bedrooms.
Yeah.
We still, whatever happened with the mother is why the daughter won't come back.
Yeah. That's why
I'm real interested to find out what happened to this woman. Like,
yeah. Well, I think that's why that she's going to wind up dead in it, because
she's digging.
Like she's
he said it when he sat down at the first time with the TV crew. He said she was a better detective than me.
Yeah.
Because she figured some shit out.
Yeah.
And it got her ass killed. Now, the guy that she was talking to, is he the one that came up missing?
I thought it was one of the guys in the
room with him. That when they make the new crew.
Yeah.
Because you got Roland, you got Hayes, and you got these other two dudes.
Yeah, I think
we don't know them. We don't know their story. So it's one of those guys. So what if the wife started coming at one of them, digging too deep?
Yeah.
And they're like, and then, they find out and they're like, we're going to take this motherfucker out and kill him. Like,
yeah.
I just, and
that could be it. That could be how he finds out about him. And he just.
Here's what's awesome about this. It sucks to say that the dementia is awesome, But like, we're watching the show. We don't know anything. We're right along for the ride with him.
Yeah.
You know, like Hayes is the audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a way, he don't know what the fuck happened. He's trying to piece it together, like right there with us, like we're him. You know, he's going to talk to Roland. Roland's like, you can tell Roland's looking at him like, you motherfucker, you crazy bastard. You don't remember this shit? Like,
right.
We've already been through this. But apparently the case was never solved.
Yeah.
And that's because there's some dirty ass shit going on. Just like in the last, the first season. There's some dirty shit going on here. And I can't wait to see the next episode. If I had a time machine, I would skip ahead to the next 3 Sundays and I'd download them bitches and bring them back.
Right. That way, I mean, like you said, using dementia as a plot device.
Genius.
I mean, it's something that you don't ever think about, but it makes so much sense. It's a little too
close to home for some people, but
yeah, but it needs to be. Yes, because think about like how often do they portray like cancer and
all the
and
time
all this
AIDS.
Stuff. Yeah,
you never see dementia.
No, never.
What's the last thing you saw where they were playing on that, like big time? Like, I can't name anything off the top of my head. Like, I'd have to Google it, and even then, I'd be like, I ain't never watched none of that shit. Like,
right?
Grey's Anatomy, fuck Grey's Anatomy.
For real,
it's genius.
It is.
I'm gonna say this, guys. This season is right on the level with the first one, if not better. If not better. The only reason I say that, like, the first season, McConaughey and Woody Harrelson carry the whole season.
Yeah.
Everybody's good in this one. Like the dad, when they bring the dad in.
Yeah.
I don't believe the dad did. He had no idea what was going on.
No.
It's almost like they brought him in that room and didn't tell him what was going to happen, and they played that clip, and he was crying. Like it was a real reaction. Like,
it was.
He didn't have anything to do with it. And you can tell the way they're looking at him. So it looks like they're going to pin it on the father. Is that who they ended up pinning it on? Or did they pin it on the fucking Indian guy?
I think they pinned it on the Indian guy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think the father is just going to, he might go down his own, that rabbit hole again.
They might take him out there and kill him. What if they take him out there and kill him? They kill somebody. They take somebody to the woods and kill him. They kill someone.
Yeah.
But it might be that cop because they've already mentioned that he came up missing.
Yeah. Which could be right,
We'll never know. We'll know 3 weeks from now.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's endless. Like the possibilities at this point are endless.
I think 3 weeks from now, when we watch the final episode, that episode of the podcast should be dedicated to the True Detective. Like that should be our movie. You know what I mean? Like we'll go through everything we learned and we'll do our movie news and all that other stuff, but no movie that week because I need to process.
Right.
I've only got 3 cores at best. I'm an I3.
You need to get a couple.
I watched that episode twice.
The newest.
Yeah.
I'm waiting until it's over and I'm
watch it again. You gonna binge it?
Yeah.
We could even do that.
I mean, I'd be interested.
We could binge it and then come back because once you finally know what happens,
you can piece it together.
You can go back and watch it and be like, they told us in the first goddamn episode.
Yeah.
There's something with that DA.
Oh yeah,
he's just got a vibe about him. I don't like him.
And what's great is, and what's great is they only show him every now and then. In that first season, this motherfucker would show up randomly. The main guy, the Yellow King or whatever you want to call him that was involved. He showed up on the reg, and like would poke his nose and shit and be shady as fuck. This guy is doing everything from the fucking shadow.
But I feel like every time they start going down a certain, because they were like, we want to search all the homes in this area. He was like,
Yeah.
He didn't like it.
No.
Because he was like, it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's a waste of time? This is an investigation. You act like you know something we don't know.
Yeah.
You're looking in the wrong place.
Are you?
Yeah. I want a clip of Corey White.
Yeah. Right.
I need all of them, though. I need, am I? Are you? I need them all. And then
Corey
I can
White,
hit it.
get on it. Yeah.
Give us we need a fucking Corey White soundboard.
Oh my God. He's the unofficial fourth member of the podcast.
In soundboard form.
Yes. Am I?
If you're listening, Corey, I need soundboard samples.
Please.
We'll pay you in Pringles.
Yeah.
They had buy one, get one at Publix today.
Hell yeah.
I'll hit it up.
He'd probably take payment in diapers since he's got a fucking baby.
They got another baby?
Yeah,
Is it
they
a
got
girl?
2. Yes.
Oh, he hit the lottery, dude. One boy, one girl.
Oh. Yeah.
The perfect
He's
family.
Good.
Yeah, one boy, one girl. That's what everybody hopes for, right?
Well,
I'm going on record. I want all girls. I don't want a boy, dude. I don't want to deal with this little asshole. Like
a little you.
I don't want to deal with it, man.
Yeah.
Travis, I don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the girls are easier to handle until they start dating. And then like I'll be like, oh yeah, that's fine. You want to go out? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just I need you to go out there and grab some. Let me have a word with him. Listen to me,
It's
you
all
motherfucker.
good, and then just at one point it just
changes.
It just decides it's going to be a clusterfuck. So just.
I saw this documentary one time where they were talking about the way your brain changes 3 times. You as a person, you change 3 times. You know? And when you got that kid, you're like, oh yeah, let's watch fucking whatever that, SpongeBob, you know? And then one day it's like, hey, you want to watch? And they're like, fuck no, that's gay. You know? And you're like, whoa, what? What happened?
Yeah, back
You're not
up.
you anymore.
You're gay. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Easy.
This episode was good.
It was.
Every episode's been great.
Yeah.
This show's like crack.
It is. I can't wait for in 3 years another season to come out. Because look, the way I see it, let this motherfucker take as much time as he wants.
The studio fucked up season 2.
Yes.
They forced him. They was like, we need another season next year. And it's like, dude, that ain't how I work.
No.
I'm fucking make magic. You got to give me time to, like, this motherfucker's a genius.
Yeah.
Like,
he is.
They need to give him time.
Yeah.
This show was almost canceled.
Which is crazy.
It was almost canceled, y'all.
Imagine if we didn't get this season. The amazingness that we would be missing out on.
But I'm glad the studio was like, all right, second season, numbers wasn't that good. We've talked about it. Season wasn't that bad, but it wasn't this.
No.
It wasn't number 1. It wasn't number 3. Like, he needs time. He's already working on the next season.
Of course.
But it's going to take, and you could see it. It takes years.
Yeah.
It takes
you gotta get
3 to 4 years to put together an 8-episode fucking story arc. Like,
yeah. Well, you need to write it out, and then you need to find the perfect.
Then you got to SWAT board it.
Yes. They found the perfect.
Find it out.
The cast is good.
It's perfect.
Everybody's good. I don't have any complaint. Everyone here.
Yeah, everyone.
I didn't expect the Roland to be that good. I'm like, Stephen Dorff?
He brought his fucking A game.
He brought his A game. He's trying to win an Oscar.
This is the best thing he's ever done. Hands down.
The dude playing Hayes?
Yes.
He's going to win something somewhere.
I hope so.
He'll get like an Emmy or something.
He needs an
Emmy. They do television, right?
Think so.
I'll even say give him an Oscar.
Yeah. Give him everything.
It makes me want to go watch other stuff that he's been in, but here's the thing, like, It's all about the source material, man. He's gonna, after this season, shit, already there's motherfuckers like, get me that guy.
I want that guy.
But the source material's got to be there. I hope he's someone that reads the source material and he's like, not interested.
Yeah.
This is shit. I haven't been recording this whole time. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
This episode was great. You guys want to rate it? I'm dropping a star.
I mean, it doesn't get anything less than a star for every episode so far.
Yeah. So by the end of this, it's going to get 8 stars from each of us.
8. Yes. That's a lot of fucking stars. I'm happy with it though, you know? So,
I almost forgot we watched a movie.
I know, right?
I've been riding that high. I want to say this before we talk about it. Are we going into the movie?
Yeah.
I want to talk about this before we talk about this movie. For once in my life, I wish I could watch a movie like this, and y'all know what I mean. One of those movies like the Bush movie, this movie. You know, they've you know, there's a bunch of them. I'm waiting on them to make a Reagan one. Like,
yeah.
Well, there you go again, you know. I just wish like I could get a movie from someone that's in the middle.
Yeah. I know.
Like, look, if you hate snakes, don't make a snake documentary.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
I'm not saying that Dick Cheney's a good guy. We all know he's a piece of shit. We all know he's a piece of shit. Like he's a piece of shit to the point of where you don't have to fudge anything. Did y'all see the clip at the end? Did y'all see the credit scene?
Yes.
Okay, you saw that. You saw where they were like, people's gonna say this about this movie, you know, and then they put in a little Trump thing.
Yeah.
They had to get it in there. I can't wait to see the Trump movie that comes out.
I know, it's gonna be amazing.
Fucking 6 years from now, where they crucify fucking Orange Boy, you know, like
the troll.
He's really not that orange, is he?
I don't think.
That's all they got. Like, anyway, tonight we're talking. They did the State of the Union tonight. We don't even know what they said yet, but I will watch it.
Yeah.
Later, just to see what happened. But just for once in my life, like the Bush movie, was done by what's his name? He did what's that? Platoon. He did that Tarantino movie that was sold.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Silver, something. What's his name?
Hold on.
Damn it. Yeah, Google it.
Was it W?
Yeah.
The name of the movie?
I know his name, dude.
Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone. So it's not Silver Stone. Sorry. Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
I already know where he stands on that. And I'm not saying Bush is a good guy. I think that Bush, I mean, if you watch this movie, you see that Bush was just a
pawn?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
Like, and we all kind of figured that because he's a dumbass.
He didn't want to be there.
I don't even know how he got elected. But when you see him standing next to Al Gore,
the way this movie painted Dick Cheney is that apparently he's
devil.
Well, he's the closest we've had to a dictator.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's his whole thing. He was trying to find ways of consolidating power.
Yeah.
And the whole, unitary executive theory and executing that shit.
Which is still in the archive. They make sure you know that.
Right.
Is that what executive order is? I think they changed the way it was worded.
Executive order is the president, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is for the vice president, basically.
So it's like executive order for the vice president.
That's the way I understood it. I could be wrong.
But here was the thing, though. They were acting like Cheney was pulling, like he was making moves. Bush gave him fucking, he was like, hey, gave him, he was like, you got press privileges,
Whatever you want.
I mean, I don't even want to be here.
No.
But like, you know, the little tidbit where it tells you that when everything was all said and done, Halliburton stocks went up 500%.
Yeah.
Well, we all know that
Like,
when there's war, people get rich.
Yeah.
Earlier
Or-
tonight, when I was watching this movie, I Googled Dick Cheney's net worth. Do
Are
y'all
we
know
gonna
what it
guess?
is?
I mean, he's in the 3 Comma Club for sure,
You
right?
think so?
no, I think he's in the billions.
You think so? Here's what's weird about it, and you don't normally see this. They don't know. It's a guesstimate, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say it's between 19 to 86 million.
Wow.
It's between that. So when I see that, I'm gonna take 86 and times it by 3 because
Yeah.
they don't even know.
Right.
When he was elected, when he came in, he didn't have to provide any kind of, you know how now every time someone, they're like, we need documents, we need tax returns, they didn't make him show shit.
No.
And then they tried to play like, you know, they made Colin Powell do all this shit.
No.
No, dude, Colin Powell was like, whatever gets me paid. Colin Powell was the last like person that was allowed to have a private server other than Hillary Clinton. She had one, obviously, but Colin Powell had one. He had a private email server.
So what was on his?
Well, you saw the thing where they said all these emails went missing. This was before anybody gave a fuck. There was we were attacked.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen Loose Cheney, I mean, we were pushed into a war. They did explain it pretty good though. They were like, why are we going to this place?
Yeah.
What's this got to go? What I did learn is that this is how a fucking ISIS was created.
I know, right?
And then we went down there when Obama was in office and gave them weapons and trained them to go in and kill fucking Gaddafi. We funded them just so they could go in there and kill Gaddafi. I mean, I just wish I could get a movie like this from someone that's like, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm nothing.
Yeah, I'm
just
a
filmmaker.
Yeah.
They were playing on everything in this movie was fact. I don't doubt that.
Right.
Fact check it, it's probably true, but it's the way that they go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember when they were sitting around the table ordering dinner and he was like, we've got, 10,000 burned babies. And he said, we'll take it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Satan himself. Like,
right.
There were just certain things where I was just like, come on.
Well, that's how those people view that presidency. And they can, by all means, view it that way, but it does skew everything. Their viewpoint on it skews a lot. Because if they would have had that movie without that scene and focused the agenda to not having one at all, it would have been a very informative, like almost thought-provoking film. But it skewed it so much to where you're like, by the end of it, you're like, fuck this guy. Fuck fucking Bush and fuck everybody else for letting all this shit happen. When there's more to it. That's one side of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's not right. Like, I liked The Big Short way better.
Yeah.
Because it felt like that movie didn't have the agenda it had was the American people. Well, the agenda that had was the American people got fucked.
Yeah.
By big corporation, big banks, and all this stuff, which is something that we as fucking lowly nobodies can relate to. But this is just a completely different, it's skewed so much. The movie wasn't bad. I love the way that he does his filmmaking. I enjoyed it, but there needs to be
the movie was good for what it was. I mean,
yeah,
it was good, but there was still that, where it was just like, come on, dude, don't do that. Don't do that.
To me, it exposed what it was trying to do.
Yeah.
Like,
very early in the film. Didn't y'all think it was weird?
Well,
like halfway through the movie, it was all like, this is the Cheney story. And then they rolled credits.
Yeah, right.
I moved the mouse and I was like, wait a minute. I'm like,
It's
that's only
still got
half the
a long.
movie. And it was like, oh,
Well, I mean,
you know, they were just like, this is how the Cheney family wrapped up. Y'all had no idea
Well-
that guy talking the whole time was the Hart guy, did you? I was like, did his daughter have a sex change?
Well, you know who that guy is, right?
I've seen that actor in several flicks.
Breaking
was-
Bad.
Yeah, he was in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he was fucking the shithead. Damn, he
Yeah.
got fat.
Yeah,
But what
right.
I mean by exposing itself, it's more or less revealing its tactic. It showed you exactly what I don't have any better words for it. What the left is
It was
doing
like
now.
a fucking propaganda film.
Well, and explain and more or less kind of wink, nod, and said, "Hey, that's what we're doing too."
Yeah.
And it was the whole sequence involving Roger Ailes,
Oh yeah.
where they were at that point. They pretty much explained that they get Fox News going. Fox News dominates the airwaves as like the number one news channel. It's able to push the
Ever.
Republican agenda, all of that. Saying that they control the media outlets and whatnot. And I just find it ironic that that's what the left has the most control over right now is Hollywood, journalism.
Shit talking, fake news.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to get that deep with it, but you know what I mean. Like it highlights what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
What liberal Hollywood is trying to do.
Yeah.
Whether you agree with that or not, but I think the comedy was well delivered. I liked how, whenever it would go to like a certain person giving a speech or a meeting was going down, since they don't know what was said, they would just either just talk. They would just put bullshit dialogue there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Or,
it was like the most evil shit ever.
Yeah.
Why was his lawyer in the room? Well, the lawyer was in the room because he was in that little cabinet.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
of
why
course
would he
he's
not be
there.
Yeah.
They weren't. He wasn't like, "Hey, what about that car I hit last week? Am I in the clear?" No, the lawyer was there because he was part of Cheney's little cabinet. He had his own little cabinet, and they were kind of running shit under Bush, but Bush had to clear it. Bush was on fucking autopilot. Look, me talking shit about this movie, I don't like George Bush. I don't like Dick Cheney.
Well, and that's the thing.
But the
that kills
shit
me
they put
is
in this movie
the
was
thing that
fucking
kills
ridiculous.
me about the Bush era films, including W and this one.
This movie was
is
better
that
than W. I will say that.
It's beating a dead horse, and maybe it's because we were teenagers and we
were there.
We were the three of us were in 6th and 7th the year that George Bush got elected.
I was in 9th grade
So when
9/11
So we
happened.
grew up in the Bush era. And for the type of stuff that we were into as kids, there was no shortage of Bush bashing.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone. I mean, like it was the norm to give him shit, kind of like how it's the norm to give Donald Trump shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I
the
remember
results are very different.
I remember the old school Google homepage where when you logged in with your account, you had a customized homepage and you had little widgets here and there. And I remember there being a widget of Bushisms, and it would be a daily quote of
shit that he said.
Some retarded ass shit that Bush is like infamous for having said.
Yeah.
But here's the thing:
But
in this movie, they make. Go ahead.
My point being is that it's trampling over old ground that everyone universe. It's like common knowledge. Everyone knows that like the cool thing to do back then was to shit talk Bush.
George Bush hates all black people. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Kanye West.
Now look at Kanye.
Yeah, loves
Make
Trump.
America great again.
Yeah. What was weird? Here's the thing. Like we all know, Dick Cheney was the CEO of Halliburton, which is the company that we used during the war. They talked, when they had that little meeting where they were like, we need to talk about this billing for Halliburton. And he's like, I don't care about that. They don't know if that was said.
Right.
That's like, you don't know if he said that. Here's the thing, like, there's something wrong with our government. He shouldn't have been able to be the fucking vice president. Because, you know what I mean? Like, he was running Halliburton and all this shit. There should be, like, laws where it's like, no, dude, you can't come over here and fucking do this and get us into a war. Like,
yeah,
that should be stopped before it ever happens. Like, no, wait, whoa.
I think
There's no protocol for this. Like,
I think the greatest failure that's also shown by this film is the fact that there was absolutely no one keeping him in check at all.
it's almost like he was the president.
yeah.
Well, that's
Hang on now. It's cutting out. You want to say that again?
I said the whole part of the point of the film is that he consolidated power by using the fucking laws of, like, the Constitution.
Yeah, the system that was already put into place.
And he capitalized on it.
So
Like,
you
there's
can't
nothing
hate
to
on
blame
that. But the government.
Which I thought the best part of that movie was when he breaks the fourth wall at the end. And
he looked at the camera.
Yeah. He's like, I mean,
kept you safe, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's almost like people think that there's not going to be civilian casualties.
That's war.
In war. Now, I'm not trying to defend or justify war, but
No.
when war is happening, when we're past that point, we're fighting now. I don't understand why people get so bent out of shape. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make light of people dying.
No.
Because it's awful, it's terrible, but it's part of war.
But it's either it's us or it's
them.
It
would be no different, even if it's on American soil. Granted, I would have the factor of being fucking terrified if we were having this conversation under a different status of the country. But what do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're just sending thousands of people over there to just shoot into the fucking ground?
Right.
To scare you guys into stopping?
To kill fucking desert snakes.
And
this scene where Bush was like giving that speech, you could see his foot.
Yeah.
We don't even know if that was real. I mean, did that really happen? But then they cut to the guy in Baghdad under the table, and his foot was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, when I saw that, I kind of felt bad. I was like, yeah, that happened. We went over there and we fucking bombed the shit out of them, but
yeah, we did.
I mean, I think it's fucked up. I think it's fucked up how it all came into play. It should have never happened.
That's the thing.
I know that's the larger point, is that it never should have happened.
Yeah.
But it did.
It did happen.
Like
we gotta live with that forever.
Yeah, we can sit here and argue semantics all day, but at the end of the day, like, what happened, and
there was nothing that the three of us we weren't even old enough to vote when this shit happened.
No, but it just shows how easily manipulated our government really is,
and the people.
Yes, and that was one of the most terrifying parts of it. They had focus groups to see like
what they could get away with.
Yeah, and people are like, we have to pin this on somebody.
We need it. We can't. They don't know who fucking Al Qaeda is.
No, we need
a country.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
I remember all that shit, man. Like, I remember when they caught Saddam Hussein, and he was like, in other words, he was like, Bush threw my ass under the bus.
Yeah,
I will agree, Saddam. And then they tried to say it in the movie, like, if you get rid of Saddam, it's gonna fuck things up over there because he's keeping them, he's holding it down.
Yeah.
And they were right, man. When they got rid of him and Uday and Kusei,
Yeah.
his sons,
Yeah.
shit hit the fan.
Didn't
It was
it,
like
though?
fucking the Wild West.
Yeah.
But you had all these oil companies, like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like when we killed Gaddafi and we were down there loading up his gold supply, trucking it back to the U.S.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. Whose gold was that? Wasn't that was the country's gold, right?
It's ours now.
In Libya, before we killed him, they had like free power. There were no power bills in Libya. Power was free.
That's crazy.
It wasn't as bad as. What was crazy is I can't even believe they cut to Hillary Clinton. And, when they were doing the video, little montage thing, they cut to her saying we need to go in there.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, you just went there.
I know, I wasn't
I
expecting
was like,
that
he
at
must be a
all.
Bernie Sanders supporter.
He's running again.
I laugh at people, though, that supported Bernie Sanders because, like, what you don't realize is, like, he took that job knowing he was the fucking fall guy. Like,
yeah.
he was the guy in the boxing match that was going to go down in the last round on purpose.
Yeah.
And he knew it.
He just dealt with it.
He took all your fucking $20 donations. He knew it.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that.
No.
It's weird.
Our government's so fucked up.
It's fucked up bad. Like, it's
Yeah.
two-faced as fuck.
I mean, we need to I don't know. Do you think if we...
It'll never change.
I know it'll never change, but what could be something that could happen to cause it to change the correct? Like, would we have to completely get rid of the Constitution?
The dollar
and
would
rewrite
have to
it?
fall. Like everything, the government would just have to collapse. Like a fresh start, a format. But that'll never happen because they'll do whatever they got to do to prop it up so it doesn't happen.
Right.
They'll print more money. They'll do this. They'll, like they're not going to let it fall. They've been working, 60 years to get it where it's at now. Like,
yeah,
it's just incredible that we've. This is the fact that the war in the Middle East has been nearly going on for almost 20 years, guys. Like, think about that.
I know.
Well, he said it in the movie. He said, if you break it, you bought it.
Yeah.
That's what Colin Powell told him. I don't know if he really said that, which was Medea. Oh, Lord.
Was that Medea?
That was Medea, dude.
Holy shit.
That was Tyler Perry playing fucking Colin Powell.
He pulled it out. He's a really good actor.
He is pretty
when
good.
He's not fucking Medea his ass
when he's not like, what's that saying he's got? My God. Now, what is it? He's got something. I don't know. I haven't seen any of them, but.
Fuck it.
He told him, he said, if you break it, you buy it. We bought it, dude. We ain't never going to be able to leave. Here a while back, Trump tried to pull us out. And fucking Mad Dog was like, that's not a good idea. And he lost his job.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea, man.
No,
we can't leave. We got to stay there forever.
Yeah.
Because if we leave, see over here, dude, that montage they show when all this shit was going on, all these people were being bombed, they cut to America and people are like, what's up?
Yeah.
We're just living in our own little Starbucks world.
Yeah.
In this country, for the last 20 years, these people have been living, in fear.
Yeah.
That their house is going to be, and they all hate America.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen when we leave?
They're
going to regroup.
We got to fucking take out the infidel.
You'd have to kill them all, man.
Yeah.
You have to kill everybody there. You'd have to kill the kids that were 5 years old when that shit was happening.
Yeah,
because they'll never forget it. They'll never forget when their house was bombed and their father died and their mother died and their dog died. They'll never forget it.
And what's even more depressing to me is it's going to take generations of Americans to clean this shit up.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take 100 years.
It's not going to happen overnight, and it's probably never going to happen.
Probably never going to happen. That's a holy war.
I think that's a very real conclusion, is that it'll never end. And it's almost, to me, like the world is on this level now where like everyone's waiting on who exhausts their resources first.
Yeah.
Like we're all on a slow burn, and it's going to be long after we're gone and we don't have to give a fuck. But it's just this long race, this slow, drawn out race to the finish of who can fix the energy consumption.
Well, I'd like to say that we're going to be able to do it, but I don't know.
It's going to take a group of people from around the world that could give a fuck what their governments think, and like, fuck this, we're doing this. This has to happen.
Yeah.
Like, fuck politics, fuck all of that shit. Like, we got to do this. We need to do it now.
Yeah.
Like a legitimate coalition of the willing, dude, you know? Like,
you said it best, man. You already said it.
Yeah.
It should never happen. But it did, and we're going to have to live with it forever.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing we can do. It happened.
I mean, it's scary because it's such an unpredictable future.
But for like a group, let's say 1,000 people. Let's say there's 1,000, Muslim extremists that were involved in this, which our own CIA had some dealings with.
Yeah.
The what's his name? The Osama bin Laden shit, that's weird. Like some of his family was living here. Like,
yeah,
they didn't dig too deep into that. They didn't talk about any of that. But there's almost, like we gave them weapons, like almost like, like we were like, hey, we need a war.
Yeah, right now.
We need a war. That's what we need, because once we have a war, if y'all remember, after 9/11 happened, everybody wanted blood.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to answer for this, because that's the country we are. Like, if you commit a crime, do the time.
But
we put a whole country. We gave a whole country the death penalty.
Yeah.
For something, maybe 1,000 people were involved in. It'll never end.
That's where we're at.
That's World War III.
Well, I mean,
isn't this the longest war ever? Like 20 years?
It's scary because for nearly 19 years with this whole thing going on, war is a career avenue that you can have.
Yeah, if you join the army, you're set.
Like that, I mean, like there's 18, 19-year-olds right now that like all they've ever known is that America's been fighting people in the desert.
All they've ever known is that we hate Muslims. And we don't even hate Muslims. Like,
we have the bad Muslims.
Any hot button issue that you see on the media in your day-to-day life, 90% of that shit doesn't apply at all. I'm not saying that it doesn't to some, because clearly, but I think that a lot of big issues are happening to smaller demographics than you'd think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the movements that are going on in the world, it's not as big a power struggle as they lead it to believe. Because, and maybe it's just me only being able to perceive through the middle and lower class lifestyle. But I've grown up around and have seen people around me go on to be incredibly successful, of all races and all genders. I've never seen the limits that the TV and the news tell you. I've never seen those limits applied to those same people that are around me. I've seen Muslims go on to be mathematicians and scientists. I've seen women go on to do the same. I've seen black people successful, and for as many people as I've seen be successful, I can say I've seen just as many of the same, whites included, that are unsuccessful.
Many, especially where we come from.
I don't ever, like, to me, 90% of the time, considering where we live, most of the shit you hear is verbal. And for crying out loud, if words hurt you so bad, there's something wrong with you.
What upset me, man, was the last administration we had, and anybody can they tried to start a war in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, we were raised to believe, like, we were raised to under the premises that, like, everyone has equal rights, everyone has equal opportunity. People, you know, that's not to say that it's always been that way, but we're at a point in history now where a lot of this shit's behind us.
I wasn't here. It wasn't me. Maybe one day, you know, everyone can be like, especially in this country, it would be nice. I pray for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That the only color people can see is red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Preach, brother.
But it'll never happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you know,
it'll never happen.
And something that I think a lot of people haven't
I got chills when
forgotten
I said
is that, dude, were you guys not told at an early age, or the one big upset happened in your life and it just finally dawned on you, you know, you're not going to agree with everyone in the world. You're not going to like everyone in the world. And the same thing applies with them, with you. Not everybody in the world's going to like you. You know what I mean? Or you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, you're never gonna get rid of all these viewpoints that these people think you can just stop out of existence.
But that's the beauty with our country. You can think whatever you want to think.
Yeah, there's always going to be prejudice. There's always going to be hate. There's always going to be bigotry. There's going to always be misogyny. There's going to be all of that and more. But those people don't matter if you don't include them in your life.
Yeah.
Let's segue. Let's go ahead and rate this movie. I'll go first. The movie was shot very well. It was better than that Bush movie. You know, the story was better, which we kind of all lived the story. I'll give the movie a 0.5 star. I won't give it no star. It was a movie. I watched the whole thing. I didn't dip out. Some of that stuff I didn't know. So, they talked about, but like I said, I wish we could have these movies made by like some alien from another planet.
Right.
That would come here and make them, because when you let someone make a movie, it's like, okay, I'm going to push this toward what I want it to be.
Yeah.
Dick Cheney's the fucking devil.
Well, they certainly made him look like Satan.
Yeah, dude, for real. That shit with the heart, that guy the whole time, I was like, what is that, his daughter? Did you guys think it was his daughter that had a sex change?
Nah.
I did for a minute.
I didn't know what the connect. I thought it might have been like, because he said that he was involved with him somehow. So I was like, well, maybe he's a distant relative that gets his fucking ass beat by some radical fucking.
But then you see him in the war.
Yeah.
Okay, what's happening here? And then he's walking one day, talking to the camera. Car hits him. Heart. Can you imagine being the motherfucker that gives Dick Cheney your heart?
Well, here's the thing, too.
I'm surprised they don't dig that guy up and kick his ass. Like,
I can't believe we haven't touched on this either. Dick Cheney is the one motherfucker who will not die.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
he will not die.
Him and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, like, they'll live forever. They're like cockroaches. They'll be the only people left when the nuke goes off.
I mean, for real though, like, that motherfucker had how many heart attacks? Like 4 or 5?
He said, I'm having a heart attack, you idiot.
He would be like, I hate to do this to y'all. but we need to go to the hospital. Like, he was real, you know, by the sixth heart attack.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know. But what was crazy, like, I can't give this movie no star because Christian Bale did a good job.
Oh my God.
He fucking played Dick Cheney better than fucking, you know, what was that? What's his name? The Bush movie. This was way better. This was a better movie.
Richard Dreyfuss
played Dick Cheney, but then you had the dude that, and then like you got a dude that played George Bush.
Oh, fucking
Moon.
Sam Rockwell.
He did a good job.
I love him. I want you to be my vice.
You can't blame the source material.
No.
I mean, you know, the actors did a good job.
Yeah.
Steve Carell.
He
was a real motherfucker. You know?
Yeah.
Donald Rumsfeld. He played a great Donald.
He played a good Donald Rumsfeld. And then, like, I learned a lot of shit I didn't know.
Yeah.
I always knew I didn't like that administration, but you know, I learned more shit. But at the same time, you know, it's like, come on, man. Everybody hates the Bushes.
Yeah.
You ain't got to go, you know, now. And it was always like George Bush is just a fall guy. Have you guys seen him lately? Whenever he was going around talking to Fox News and shit for his brother, Jeb, during the election, he's fucking crazy, man. Like,
I know.
He's like out there. He's painting dogs and shit. He had long hair. I was like, whoa, it's like hippie Bush. Like, what?
He just wants to be left alone.
George Bush should have never been able to be the president. Ever.
No.
Ever.
It's amazing that he got elected.
What's amazing, I know this has happened once before, but like, Dad was president.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, he's the president. It's like, wow, what a coincidence. Like, what? It's almost like this rigged, you know? Like,
yeah.
But could you imagine Al Gore being in there?
Nope.
Man, Bear Cub. What was it? Al Gore.
Accurately timed.
Sorry about that.
Climate change.
No, it sounded like that was your reaction to it.
No.
Like, what do you think of Al Gore's president?
No.
His whole carbon credit thing, Google it, is fucking ridiculous. Like, and he made money off of that. You know?
Yeah.
Al Gore. I remember the recount. I remember the dangling Chads. Y'all remember the dangling Chads?
I know some people named Chad, and he's dangling.
What's crazy, man, is how old is this country? How long we been doing this? 200 plus. And we still can't get an election right. Like, we've been doing this shit. How many presidents we got? Like 50-something? We still can't
45.
get this shit right.
243.
To this day, every time there's an election, motherfuckers talk about rigged, and it's like, goddamn, we still haven't worked this out. Like,
it'll never happen.
But that's the fucking cards you're dealt, man. You're an American. I've been to another country. You fucking hit the lottery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're an American. Act like one. Red, white, and blue.
This
Proud
is America.
to be an American, you know?
At least I know.
I'm going to say this right now, guys. I might catch some heat, but if you can't stand up for the goddamn Star Spangled Banner, fuck you. Like, get the fuck out. This is your country. Like, you know how motherfuckers died fucking repping that shit? Like,
yeah.
I think I've had a relative in every war we've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm old money. I've been here, you know? We came over back in the day.
You old money.
I'm old money, dude. We came here I've seen our genealogy. Jeff did it so you know it's real.
Oh, my God.
Jeff was going to, like, Virginia. Jeff was going to Virginia to look at the public records.
Listen, if I ever fucking die of mysterious circumstances, Adam, you get Jeff on the case and
Jeff will solve the murder. And he'll be like, it was not.
Dude.
I've got an idea. I've got the best idea. Make Jeff watch these episodes of True Detective.
I was just about to. We're riffing, dog. I was like, if Jeff was in True Detective, he would solve it.
Well, tell him to watch it and then give us like a 10 or 15 minute, like, okay, guys, this is what I think.
Adam,
What?
He did our genealogy, though, and I actually, look, I'm going to tell you guys something. And he did the genealogy. He went back, and he wasn't going by hearsay like Aunt fucking Mater said. No. Public records, like, census, like records. I'm actually related to George Bush. Very distant. I'm telling you, dude, we've been here. It's an old name. We came over on the boat long time ago, dude. Back when the country first started. We came over because we had money and we could. Long time ago. We've been here.
Money.
We've been here. Like when we came over, there were 2 states. Like
right.
This was before we bought Louisiana, Alaska. Like, you know what I'm saying? Old money. Right. I'm related to George Bush, but when you start looking, if you go back and look at your shit, guys, we're probably related somehow. I mean, if you dig deep enough, world's only so big,
Somewhere in my genealogy that I'd found, I want to say me and Griffin are distant cousins or cousins by marriage, I believe.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you're probably double cousins. You don't even know it. Like, I'm my own grandpa.
Good thing we ain't fucking.
People, people talk shit about that, but when you start digging, you ain't gonna like what you find.
Hell no.
Anyone. Here's the thing, dog. 200 years ago, they didn't have Facebook. They didn't have Twitter. You lived on the road. There was no cars. You couldn't go far. I guess I'll fuck my cousin,
Right.
Gotta get married. Parents are forcing me out. It runs deep. A world built on inbreeding.
Old money.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, dude, we've been here. We came over.
I was when I was waking up this morning. It's funny you guys bring it, or you guys bring up the genealogy thing. I was watching Good Morning America. I was watching the news, waking up and shit. And Michael Strahan hosts that show now. He's on there with him, the football player. Yeah, and apparently he's on that Finding Your Roots show. So he was promoting his episode of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a descendant of Charlemagne.
Wow. I'm probably related to Charlemagne, not in a blood sense, but there is a Dr. Guathny in New York. He's an architect. He worked in Egypt. One time, we had this large group of there's a lot of black Guathnys around New York, New Jersey area. One time, they rolled up to our reunion. They came many years ago. So they were like, everybody's got that one person in the family that can like, oh, I know how you related to us. I know the stories. I know the backstory. I read the books. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good for them. I can't help it. That ain't me.
Right.
I don't even own a fucking, house, like much less people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
We gotta get over this. We'll never. You know why we will never get over it? Because the media, other people, like they won't let us.
No,
I'm trying to. I can't remember the exact number, but there's a large percentage, or in the grand scheme of things, there's a large percentage of people in the world who they trace their bloodlines back to Genghis Khan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he fucks. This dude fucks
everywhere.
Yeah. This dude fucks. You could look at him and tell. He would drink a cup of wine and bite the side of it off and eat it. Like,
can we segue into something that I was wanting to do an honorable mention, and more of an honorable justification too. Is that cool?
Yeah, man.
Wait.
What? Wait.
Half
Y'all
star.
Didn't rate it.
Yeah, I'm giving it a half.
Half star. What do you give it, Trav?
Yeah, I give it a half star.
The acting was good.
Yeah.
Christian Bale did a good job. All the actors did a great job. You
know what? On second hand, man, I take it back, dude. Despite what little qualms I have with it, man, it was still a great movie.
It was a good movie.
I'm just gonna go out and give it a full star, dude.
Like, look, it's 2.
It was a clever movie, man.
Yeah.
Did you learn some shit you didn't know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like,
And I
Did he
did learn.
gain-
I did hear at the end this stuff was fact checked. Like they can't just come out and say shit that's not true. But here's where there's a little gray area there. These private conversations.
Yeah.
How do you know what was said?
You don't.
right.
So that you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I would love to be a fly on the wall when Dick Cheney watches this fucking movie. You know
I
he's gonna
know,
watch it.
right? Yeah.
It's his legacy. Just to see, he's probably like, "Damn, it's fucking spot on." Like, fuck these people.
Did Christian Bale gain all that weight?
You could
I
tell.
think so.
Well,
I think
I could. He got chubbed up, but I could tell the belly was not real. Because
Yeah.
in some scenes, in some ways, he was standing. I could see the padding,
Right.
but he did a good job.
He did.
That was
He
fucking
talked
Batman.
just like it. Yeah.
He did that
Just
thing on
fucking-
the corner of his mouth.
Yeah.
Don't notice that?
So,
He he went in.
So what we have here is
Yeah.
yeah.
I was impressed. No, I was impressed. So I can't give it no star
No.
because of that. The acting was good. Do we really need a fucking Dick Cheney movie though?
No.
Can you
but,
put
know,
your fucking time and resources? The movie did not do well.
No, it did.
The box office, I
gonna-
do believe, I have it in the description here on the video if you're watching us live. It made 52.1 million. Pretty sure they spent more than that.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was a time. It was a period piece. Took me back, man. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there, dude.
Right.
I remember when gas was $1.19 a gallon. You know.
Right.
I remember back when 9/11 happened. I was watching it live as it was happening. You know, the first plane hit, and then everybody started watching it. I saw the second plane fly in.
Yeah. Me
live
too.
action. I saw it fly in and hit, and it was like, all right, this is no coincidence. Like, because at
Yeah.
first they were like, we don't understand. And it's like, yeah, I mean, come on, dude. How you fucking? I had no idea it was a terror attack
No.
at first.
I didn't know what that was.
I'm like, a terror attack? What's that?
Yeah. Who's Terror?
But when you dig into that, what happened on that day, what happened to those people, it's terrible.
Yeah.
When you see those people jumping out of those windows because they know they're going to die, the building's on fire, they're cooking, so they just jump.
Yeah.
The fallen angels of 9/11, it's terrible.
It's fucking heartbreaking.
When you hear the fucking, I've watched many 9/11 documentaries, when you hear the phone calls of the people trapped in the towers or the people that somehow were able to make phone calls from these airplanes, which is like almost goddamn impossible, you know, like
Yeah.
very strange that there were calls. Loose change, Google it. We'll move on. Travis, is he here? Yeah, you're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I looked at the wrong screen. So it gets 2 stars. It's worth 2
Yeah.
stars.
I agree.
It's not a 1.5. It's not a 0-star movie. Christian Bale did a damn good job. He might win
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You know how Hollywood is.
I know.
It was like watching Christian. He's like, look, don't touch, taste. And you're walking around like some kind of absentee landlord. Anyway.
So, what's the honorable mention, Trav?
So yeah, so I've kind of brought it up while we've been talking off and on throughout the last few days and stuff.
Oz?
Well, no, I did. I've yet to pick that back up, but I still plan on it. Got sidetracked because kind of did an impulse buy and picked up season 1 of Star Trek Discovery on Blu-ray.
Is this new?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the new.
Yes.
When did this come out? Because I don't know anything about it. When you kept saying it, I was like, was it some kind of cartoon?
It dropped last year. On the it came out for the CBS streaming service.
So
I never
CBS
watched
put
it.
this together.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
How close to
I'll
it?
go ahead.
So there's 17 episodes.
Well, so the way it works there's 15 episodes in season 1. Season 2 has just started. But I'm about I'm about the halfway
It's got
point.
a damn good. It's got an 83 on Rotten Tomatoes.
But the thing that I noticed is like people's been tearing it apart. Critics have been really shit on it. Fans have really shit on it. They claim it's not Star Trek enough, which I don't understand that at all.
Isn't it a pre?
It takes place 10 years before Kirk.
Yeah.
Before the original trilogy.
Well, that's
it
cool.
supposedly takes place in the prime timeline where these events are canonized with the original series as well as the Next Generation and so on and so forth. It's got some interesting plot things that are introduced that I don't know how it's going to pan out, which I have a predetermined how the series, I have a theory already of how the series is going to end. But it follows the chick from The Walking Dead.
What chick? The hot one.
Well, it was the black girl that was a sniper.
Okay, her brother died.
Yes.
The girl that died in the coffin listening to the headphones.
Yes.
iPod girl. That's what I call it.
It's following her in this, and what's happened is she's triggered Klingon War. Within the first 2 episodes, man, you get a full-scale battle with the Federation and the Klingons, and it's amazing. But because of that, she's considered a mutineer in it. But she gets picked up by the Starship Discovery, and what the Discovery is it's an experimental ship that the Federation has, and they do like their R&D, their off-the-grid project. So they're dealing with technology they're figuring out technology that they may or may not even use.
Right.
One of the key things that they use throughout the show so far is that there's this type of fungus or algae that grows in space, and they use an oversized tardigrade. I don't know if y'all ever seen this in any science headlines, if you've come across it, but they're these little tiny creatures that can survive in space. And they exist. It's like based on some real world science, but they go sci-fi with it by making one the size of a Volkswagen and all that shit. But anyways, this material that it eats, they've learned to grow it, and it pretty much is mapped all throughout the universe. And they figured out a way to harness this creature, or a willing host for that matter, and they kind of, it develops more throughout the show. But essentially, they make it to where the ship is like the TARDIS now, instead of like a starship where you hit warp speed and go to where you're going through faster than light. You materialize, you warp you can materialize anywhere you want in the universe.
Right.
And it's really fucking cool. But the thing with the show, and I didn't know anything about the production stuff, none of that, until I popped the disc in to sit down and start watching it. It's made by Brian Fuller, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with his shit. He made Hannibal, the show that was on there.
Yeah. The critically acclaimed Hannibal.
So I kind of figured from that point, and especially with the intro and all that kind of shit, kind of figured what I was in for, and it was going to be something different. And it is, because it's not like your typical episode of Trek where episode starts and it's Captain's Log. Yeah. It's not like that at all. It's playing out like one big movie.
Is it a better pace?
I like it. A lot happens in one episode. It's got that kind of pacing going on. And to me, the production value is crazy.
They've done a good job.
The visuals are insane. I don't know. Despite the negativity I've seen for it online, I think it's great. I think it's worth a watch. I strongly encourage you guys, whenever you decide to get your sci-fi fix going, to give it a shot. Like I said, I'm still halfway through season 1, and so far I haven't gotten bored with it.
Hell yeah!
How many episodes have you watched?
I'm about 7 to 8 episodes in.
Where'd you get it? How many days ago?
About two or three. So I've been banging out about a disc and a half.
You've been banging it.
But yeah, man, Really good show. My only complaint is that I hate that it's on a fucking streaming service because this show deserves to be like
Prime time.
it needs to be. Yeah, like I should be able to go cut this shit on in my living room.
Here's the problem with that. Here's what's going to happen. Nobody, I mean, their streaming service, it's not going to get views, and it will probably get canceled at some point.
Yeah.
Just because it's not getting the views. Because they're not selling commercial space. Because they're not putting it out there.
Yeah.
You've already stamped it with the seal of approval, the nerd stamp. You know?
But I also feel
it'll be canceled.
But see, the thing with the complaints with it is that, you know, they're throwing in the idea that, you know, they're doing stuff that doesn't ever get brought up again. There's a major plot point that I'm not going to, I don't want to reveal it, but it does tie directly to the original series, particularly in the avenue of Spock.
Oh, shit.
There's some shit that ties in with the show heavily to that.
Like foreshadowing or something. Little Easter eggs.
Like I said, it creates some plot inconsistencies that I think is going to get tied up by the fact that I feel like the backup plan for canceling it is going to be that this crew dies on a suicide mission and all the tech and everything with it is gone. I feel like that's a cop-out ending, I know, but
that's plan B.
What this shows, the things that this show is introducing, I feel like that's the quickest tie it all off so that it makes sense in the grand scheme of canon.
I have
but
something.
Nevertheless,
go ahead.
Nevertheless, though, check at least watch the first 2 episodes.
All right. I'll check it out
because that Klingon war is that Klingon battle. It's called the Battle of the Binary Stars, and it's fucking cool.
So, are you guys familiar with the Liam Neeson drama that's going on right now?
No.
Y'all know anything about it?
They're dragging his ass through the mud.
Griffin, they are going to crucify this motherfucker. They've already canceled his red carpet. He's done.
He's already on the apology tour.
He's done.
That was part of the things I noticed this morning.
So
with Good Morning America.
I'll explain.
He was on four different talk shows today, to the point where you could tell how, you know, he'll just go from one studio to the next, hitting up the
probably all in the same building. I'm gonna explain it. Yeah. It's cool that Griffin doesn't know what's going on because
you could tell because by the end he finally says, "I've already talked about this morning. I want to talk about the movie."
Yeah. He's done, dude. This is the nail in the coffin for fucking Liam Neeson's cock. But here's what happened, Griffin. For some reason, I don't know why he said what he said, but he was doing an interview with someone, and you know, sometimes it was going to be they were going to write it,
yeah,
but they record the interviews,
right?
They got a little recorder there. He probably didn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they got into this. I heard the clip. Liam Neeson started talking about this one time. A female friend of his was raped by a black man.
Whoa.
She got raped. And he's very upset about it. And this is when he was younger, before he was anyone.
Yeah.
He was so upset that she was raped by this black guy. This happened. That he would for a few days or weeks or whatever, he was going to these bars, getting hammered, upset about it. And in the clip, they released a soundbite. He said, "I was just hoping that any black bastard would try me. Anyone that was black. Like, I was going to fuck him up."
Right.
And then he talked about, right after that, they play the whole clip. He talked about how, it wasn't smart. Like, he knows it was bad. Like, he had remorse in the interview for it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he talked about this. Big
no.
mistake.
Yeah.
The soundbite was released. Liam Neeson's done. He's done, dude.
That's fucked.
He said it, though. He was like, I wished a black bastard would try me at the time. Poor choice of words. But then he was quick to say how wrong he was by doing that. And
yeah.
I just don't know why he even went down that rabbit hole.
No. But
it's a damn shame. Right after he said what he said, he even said that he was younger. He shouldn't have done that, how wrong it was.
Yeah.
Don't matter, dude. Don't matter. Like, the world's going to take the first fucking 30 seconds of that clip. Fuck the last bit where he fucking apologized for it and said it was wrong, said he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Can I just like?
I don't even understand why he did this.
I just want to throw it into the pool that like I'm all for accountability, but we are seeking accountability from the people that don't matter.
Yeah. I agree.
What some celebrity said 15 years ago doesn't make a fucking thing.
He said it recently, right? Is this clip old?
This was something. The thing that went down was forever ago.
Why would someone leak this now?
I don't know.
Why would this happen? And in the clip, I heard the full clip. He said it was wrong. Well, he said he knew it was wrong. He knew, he felt bad, and nothing happened. He didn't find someone. He didn't beat someone up, but he was mad because this woman friend of his was raped by a black man.
Yeah. Well, we live in that era now where.
But why, man?
They're hunting. People are hunting for any excuse.
It's a witch hunt.
It really is, and they're not, in my opinion.
Who did you vote for, and are you racist?
Yeah, and it's turning into just that, a witch hunt. They're looking for any reason whatsoever to crucify anybody that holds any worth. Instead of going after the people that really need to be gone after, dirty
like politicians.
Yeah,
dirty cops, dirty fucking mayors, the people that matter.
They're going after fucking entertainers. You know what I'm saying? They're going after people that really don't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he was telling a life experience that he had.
Then he knew he was wrong. He knew he was in the wrong. He admitted it.
Yeah.
Here's what I would add. Why now? Why did you hold it all this time? Why didn't you release it when he said it? Because he was riding high. 15 years ago, taken.
Yeah.
He was riding high. He was somebody. Now, I'll say that the movies that he's putting out now,
Yeah. Not the best quality.
We're over the Taken thing. He's still a damn good actor. He did Schindler's List.
Yeah.
He's good. But why now? Why now? Why? I had no idea it was 15 years later.
Well, it's just, like you said, it's a witch hunt, and these people, the people that are crucifying all these people are not going to stop until they feel like they get everybody that they think deserves to get got.
But he doesn't deserve it.
Not in my opinion. I mean, dude, I've been so pissed off that I've said some shit that I wasn't happy about or that I approve of or anything like that. But look, man, I mean, we're human. We make fucking mistakes, And that's the reality of the situation, right?
Yeah.
And he made a mistake. He was young. He was dumb. Yeah. That's what made him who he is today. And now you're going to crucify the man for it?
I don't even know why he talked about it. They don't play the portion of the clip before, so you don't know if he was baited.
Probably was.
You don't know what the guy said or the woman said before to get him to say this shit. Like, don't ruin his fucking acting career and his life, because it'll ruin his life.
Yeah.
Over something he said 15 years ago. And that right after he said it, he was like, it was wrong. He said it was wrong.
Yeah.
We don't even know the full story here. Like, maybe there was a point to this.
Yeah.
He was like, people change, people,
Yeah.
But they're just going to take that and they're going to run with it because, someone was digging through an old hard drive and was like, oh, yeah, I got this clip. I haven't had a good story in a few years. I'm about to blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Look, you should have never said it, but
no,
he did. And then he was quick to say it was wrong. He said it. In the clip, he's like, it was wrong. But I hate to see that happen to him, man.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I agree.
He's a good actor and I like him. And it's not like he was saying, I'm racist, I hate all black people. There was a moral to it. You know what I mean? He was like, this happened to me and I was going around doing this. Then I'm glad nothing happened because it was stupid. Like I was young.
Yeah.
they're going to take it. That just shows you the low level that these fucking companies and papers and news outlets will like stoop to, like just crucify a motherfucker. That's kind of like this new Zac Efron Ted Bundy biopic. Have you guys seen the trailer for that?
I have. It looks
all right.
Yeah.
You know, it's going straight to Netflix.
Right.
Okay. So it came out, and then you got all these people. They're like, "Oh my god!" All these women are like, "He's hot."
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not what you're supposed to take away from this.
No. And they did it. They did it then too. Like whenever he was on
he
trial,
was like, women liked him.
Yeah. They put a thing on Netflix called the Bundy tapes, and it's actually got interviews and stuff, like the footage from him in court and everything.
He can hold an audience.
I want to watch it before I watch the movie.
I've seen a bunch of his interviews. He was on track to be a politician.
Yeah,
in Florida.
He was going to law school, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
he was very good. You know, and here's one thing that I heard him say one time. You know how sometimes back in the day, we don't get this much anymore, but it was like they'll bring in someone to interview you like the day before they're going to put you down.
Yeah.
He was talking to this guy, and he's like, "Look, we already know the conviction. We already know what's going to happen. What do you want to say? Like, why? Why did this happen?" This is the words that came out of his mouth. Now, at this point, he's not trying to, like, get out of it because, shit, you're dying tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow, they're going to shave your head, and they're going to put fucking 50,000 volts of electricity through your body until you're dead. Like, it's happening.
Yeah.
Ain't no governor going to call and stop it. You're dying tomorrow. He said that hardcore pornography made him want to do this stuff. That's what he said. He got a hold of these magazines when he was a kid. It was like that, bottom shelf shit that you couldn't even find in the store.
Yeah.
He actually said he found them in the trash. There was this place they would go and dig through trash and stuff.
Yeah.
And he found these magazines that was like some hardcore shit.
Yeah.
And he was chasing that. He wanted that. Like, you can't just go, like, take a girl out to eat at Red Lobster and take her home and tie her up and shove a baseball bat up her ass. You can't do that.
Yeah.
He said it. He's like, the pornography did this. It made me want to. And I believed him when I watched that interview with, but he was a good liar. He was good, man. And he did not look like a serial killer.
No.
But even BTK.
Yeah.
He just looked like a dad.
Right. He's
in the news a lot here lately.
Yeah.
BTK, I've noticed him spiking up. But what was weird was when this Zac Efron, I was just seeing all these clips and they were like, everybody's like, he's hot. Like,
yeah.
On a lighter note, I don't know if you guys know this, but get your fucking debit cards out because Legally Blonde Blu-ray collection set 4K.
What?
Yeah. Who needs that? Who's releasing Legally Blonde in 4K? A box set. A box set of Legally Blonde.
Fuck that.
Here's the thing, though. The people that enjoy Blu-ray and 4K like us, we're nerds.
Not gonna buy
they're not gonna give a fuck, dude. Because it's just these. It's like women. It was like, yeah, I like Legally Blonde. No, they're not movie nerds.
No,
they're not adding it to their collection. Like, that's a waste of fucking money.
Yeah.
Whoever decided that was a good thing, like, needs to be kicked in the ass. Like,
right.
You just wasted a shitload of money to re-release a Legally Blonde box set in 4K that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
That's like shit you watch on, that's that shit they play in the middle of the night, like 4K.
To go to sleep to? Yeah.
Fuck going to sleep to it. I also saw this clip here. Thor Ragnarok director says no to Guardians 3. As much as I would love to see, because he nailed it.
Yeah.
And you already know from watching that Thor movie, he would do a damn good Guardians 3 movie. And they need it, man. They need someone good because right now, the first one was good.
Yeah.
The second one was pretty good. That third one, man.
Yeah.
You have to bring the heat, dude, because we've seen it. We've seen it twice.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to bring the fire. So I believe that guy, he would have been able to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
But this is what he said. He said, "No, that's James's film."
Wow.
He turned the money down. I mean, which would have probably paid out what, millions?
Yeah.
And said that's James's film.
It is.
I won't do it. It is his film. That's his brainchild.
Yeah. Well, did you see where Edgar Wright was trolling Marvel on
No.
Twitter? Apparently, they asked who, Baby Driver and
okay,
Shaun of the
yeah.
Dead and all that stuff. From what I understand, that they approached him or somebody mentioned something on Twitter about him doing Guardians 3. And he said that they already have the perfect director for it, James Gunn. Like, people are being very outspoken about this whole.
Now, this is the guy that had some old tweets.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You're fired."
Yeah.
The only reason they said you're fired, though, it was like damage control.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned, it's kind of like with Liam Neeson, dude.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned the tweets, and fucking Disney was like, "Oh, fuck. Like, we can't.
I know.
We can't lose this franchise, this money." Like,
and
nobody gives a fuck about some tweets from fucking 10 years ago. Like,
well, and you would think that Marvel with their Disney with their vast resources would be able to hire somebody to comb through their Twitter and be like, "You got to delete this, and you got to delete this, and you got to go in and delete this and delete this."
I think if you're in the position of someone from that status, like that kind of, you know what I'm talking about, that level.
Yeah.
You should not have any social media.
No, not at all.
Maybe an Instagram where you post pictures, but nothing like.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If tomorrow Marvel was like, "We're gonna bring you in as a director," anyone,
yeah,
I would delete everything I have.
Right.
I would delete it all. Because someone's gonna comb through. They're gonna find that thing you said 13 years ago when you said, "I like the color fucking green more than I like the color red." And everybody's gonna shit. It's stupid, man. I don't even remember what he did. What did he say?
He was talking about the Expendables movie. It's so fucking good that he could dry hump the fucking kid next to him or something like that.
That's a joke.
Yeah.
You don't apologize for a joke.
No.
Because when you apologize, George Carlin never apologized for any joke ever. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have to.
Yeah.
Because he was like, "Fuck y'all.
It's a joke."
Yeah, it's my craft.
Why would I apologize for some shit? It's a joke.
Yeah.
That's all he said, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was just trying, that's our humor. That's the humor. You're like, see, I get that, you get that. It's humor.
Well, back in the day, he made a bunch of skits, shorts, put them online, comedy skits, and they were legit funny. And I mean, that's his thing. Like he's a comedian.
That type of humor.
Yeah, whether he goes and does stand up or fucking anything, he's a comedian. So I don't know. Marvel's fucking up by not letting him do the movie. I don't think anybody is going to want to take it. The actors have already championed him to come back into the role. Batista went out there and was like, "If you don't get him back, I probably won't be in the movie." Just so you know.
They need to get him back. We need to start a fucking petition.
A GoFund?
Petition.
Petition change.org?
We need to start one. Bring back James Gunn.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying in the petition. If they do not bring James Gunn back, it's the death of fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't go watch the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I hope they lose every goddamn dollar they spend.
Yeah. But
it's fuckery, dude.
It is. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change their bottom line because
this culture we live in, man.
Yeah, it's the
easily offended culture.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
saw
joke. Your kid. It's not like he's saying that to a kid. It's
No.
not like he actually did that. It was a joke.
Well, that's why I've just kind of lost all faith in humanity at this point, because like it'll eventually bounce back. Everything will eventually bounce back. But I mean, how far is it going to go before that happens? I mean, I'm not saying that like Harvey Weinstein and all these other
That's
assholes.
different.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they should be set free and go back to their life.
That's very different.
But they're fucking nitpicking. They're just trying to find any and everything. You know, if this fucking podcast blew up and we somehow was the fucking biggest podcast in the world, and they went back and found some shit that I
would
said,
own it.
Oh yeah, but we'd be fucking crucified.
But here's the thing: I don't post shit like that online for that very reason. Like, good luck.
Yeah.
Well, depends on if they find other podcasts. I don't know.
I know, that's what I was fixing to say.
That would come down real quick.
Yeah.
That would be made private, and we would set that aside for some future Patreons. Like,
oh my God, best idea ever. But yeah, I mean but I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. If I was Liam Neeson, and I'm not in this
he
position,
needs to own that.
If I was Liam Neeson, I would just fucking be like, look, I said what I said. I did what I did when I was a kid. If you're gonna fucking hang me high for doing it, then fuck y'all. I don't need
I'm
y'all
done.
anyway.
I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
I guess I won't be making any more movies.
Just wait. In 10 or 15 years, somebody like Tarantino will put
bring
him in a
Liam
movie,
Neeson back,
and he'll be the biggest fucking movie star on the planet. You know, I mean, look at fucking Mel Gibson. He went fucking crazy, and he'll be back.
But here's the thing, dude. He's already kind of coming back, slowly, you know. But here's the thing, like, this girl that he was married to, which was way younger than him, recorded him. These are private conversations.
Yeah.
Not for the world. Dude, everyone out there, even the people blowing the whistle on Liam Neeson, if we had every private conversation you ever had, you'd be fucked.
Yeah,
and you know it. And you know it, you fucking bastard. Like, you'd be fucked.
Yeah.
That's what... Are you cutting your nails?
What?
Are you cutting your nails over there?
Can you hear it?
I can. Snap.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. I know that sound, and I cringed when I heard it. I hate that feeling when the nail cuts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That
I hair stands up. These fucking demon claws.
Started fucking around with these demon claws.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just saying, like, everyone that's pissed at Liam Neeson, I want to look at them and be like, or Mel Gibson, let's hear every fucking conversation you ever had. Let's see everything you ever said.
Yeah.
Grab her by the pussy. That was a private conversation.
Yeah.
It was a joke. He was trying to make somebody laugh. And it worked. The guy laughed at it.
Yeah.
If you had every conversation I ever had, everything I ever said, I'd be dead. Like, they'd kill me, dude. They would literally drag my ass up to a hill and put me on a cross. Like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
But when you're in the moment, you're in the moment, dude. You're trying to make people laugh. Like, I don't mean 75% of the shit I say. Like,
no.
It's just a joke. Everything's a joke. Like, laughter. That's the greatest fucking medicine. Like,
it really is. But back to what you said, grab her by the pussy. That is the main fucking thing that's kind of sparking all this.
That's
right?
What did this.
He said that and got elected as president. Now
still got elected.
Yeah.
That was released 9 months before he was president.
Yeah, and now that nothing is going to happen to him, well, fuck you. We're going to take down everybody that we can take. These are innocent bystanders. You know?
But
Liam Neeson.
Sorry, go ahead.
Liam Neeson's an innocent bystander. Like, he shouldn't have said what he said during this interview.
He admitted that in the interview that it was wrong. He admitted it right after he said it. No, I heard it, dude. No less than 10 seconds after that came out of his mouth, he admitted that was wrong.
Yeah.
He was trying to have a real moment.
That's not good enough.
It is for me.
It is for me too.
I'm gonna go buy all of his movies on Blu-ray tonight, like full price. You know, it's good enough for me. Liam Neeson, he's not even from this country. He's a national fucking treasure.
Yeah, he is.
We brought him here. We put him in movies. He acted his ass off. That first Taken movie, god damn, like,
right.
he kind of started that whole, you know, the John Wick, the Equalizer. Yeah. He started that whole,
the fucking badass.
I'm gonna fuck your ass up thing.
Yeah.
He started that, kinda, in a way. You remember when that came out? They were like, oh, like this works.
It does.
I just feel like from that, John Wick was born.
Yeah.
You know, because John Wick, you know that shootout scene?
Yeah.
It's like fucking 10 minutes long where he fucking shoots everybody and never runs out of bullets.
Yeah.
And then the Equalizer, like, I mean, you know, what are you going to do? You going to dig deep on everybody?
They're going to try.
Fuck that. You know, there was a huge backfire. I hate to even bring him up, but the fucking Orange and Commander, they went after him.
Yeah.
On the fact that he paid a prostitute to spend some time with him, which was legal where he did it.
Right.
It was a legal transaction. And they tried to throw him under the bus, which did not work.
No.
But they started this campaign of like, speak up, say shit, do something about it. And what happened? All of these liberal people got fucked.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey, Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
The list goes on. Like, you know, what's Weinstein? Like, backfired.
Yeah.
And they were so fucking, like, headstrong about taking on fucking Trump that they threw all these motherfuckers under the bus.
Yep.
You know, that's what you got. That's your party.
It. Yeah.
Good luck.
So fuck it.
Mel Gibson's got a movie coming out, Madman, The Professional and The Madman. It's Mel Gibson and Sean Penn. That's going to be a fucking hoot right there.
Hate it though.
Let's see, we got here 6 things we learned about the Avengers Super Bowl. So I posted that link there, and that's got all the Super Bowl TV spots and trailers in it.
I'm interested in this, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my God. Wait. So we got the latest Birds of Prey set photos. A better look at Harley Quinn. So Harley Quinn's getting her own movie. So they fucked up Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Bad. I would love to see an original cut.
Yeah.
And see what the movie was supposed to be like.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I watched it, it wasn't that terrible. You could tell it was recut because some just shit didn't add up.
Yeah.
Some scenes didn't make sense. It was like, why is this happening? Like, what? It's like we went from A to fucking C here. Where's B, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I also see here, look, dude, this is fucking, talk about disaster. The new Haunting of Sharon Tate trailer has Hilary Duff terrorized by the Manson family. So Hilary Duff's playing Sharon Tate. They're going to capitalize on Tarantino's fucking...
Of course.
Did you know that Tommy Wiseau has a new movie coming?
No way, really?
It's called Big Shark. The Big Shark teaser has Tommy Wiseau battles a great white shark. Dude, we got to watch this.
For real. I'm down. It's going to be like Deep Blue Sea. I'm tired of these
like that movie.
I do too. LL Cool J, right?
Yeah, he was the cook.
Yeah, he survived.
Wasn't that the one where Samuel L. Jackson was standing there talking, and all of a sudden the shark was like, "Wadoo!" Like got his ass.
He was like, "I'm tired of these motherfucking sharks and this motherfucking wah." Got his ass.
It's a very short teaser. You want to watch it real quick?
For the shark, Big Shark?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got to save. I'm telling you, look, dude.
I'm unable to straight.
No, I can't wait to see it. I haven't watched it.
I'm so excited about that TV show. Let's watch this. You ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, play. What the fuck are we watching this on? A shoehorn?
Well,
Water! That's terrible.
yeah.
But what did you expect?
Yeah. I'll allow
I'll allow it. It'll probably make a ton of money just because.
YouTube's like, do you want to watch Joe Goes Juggalo? I'm like, I've already seen it. Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here, you know? Come on.
Let's see here. Let's skim through that Super Bowl list. See if did you watch the what's the guy from Key and Peele? He's doing Twilight Zone. They released a Twilight Zone teaser.
Yeah.
We got the end game spot. Have you seen any of these? Look through that list. We got the Captain Marvel. I'm really not that interested in that movie.
Yeah.
Scary stories to tell in the dark. I don't know much about that.
That's Guillermo del Toro,
Oh.
and that's a book that was in the library
Didn't he
when we were
direct that
kids.
fish movie?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Fuck that fish movie.
Is there anything on that list you want to see? Us?
I want to skim through the Avengers one, and then let's do Us, because I've seen the Twilight.
Not bad, huh? It's just like him standing in that field.
Yeah, I'm interested. I got the Avengers one queued here.
Right, hang on, let me pull it up. Working with 2 computers here. I don't have to mute.
Bye.
Have you seen the Avengers one?
No, I haven't watched this one.
Spies.
The Spies.
Only 30 seconds. You ready to watch it?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. That was a cool overlay.
Yeah.
That was dark.
All right. I can't.
That cost $1 million.
I know. I can't wait. You know, something I did find out. I'm going to throw this shinfo out there at you. So everybody's pissed because they released that Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, because they're like, "Well, fucking Spider-Man fucking didn't survive Infinity War." Well, apparently, Far From Home, from what I've heard, is the first like 15 minutes take place after the events of Endgame, but the rest of the movie is a prequel to what happened. Yeah, a prequel to Infinity War. So that
people
makes
just need to shut the fuck up. Like, shut up and watch.
Yeah, I know.
Or go fucking make your own movie.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck off.
I'm gonna
do this. Us.
Yeah, I'm queuing it up. It's a minute long. I'm down. All right,
you ready?
I got it. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play. Saw an interview where he said this movie is not about like race. Nothing to do with that. People were already trying to play that on it, like,
yeah,
it's a black family. This dude's gonna have a big year, man.
He is.
He's doing is the Twilight Zone gonna be a TV show?
Yeah.
This is creepy as fuck. He's a busy man. It is us. That's it.
That's it, man.
I mean, I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm down.
You want to drop? What else you got?
I think that's about it. I've seen the most of it.
I don't know anything about that. Does that Guillermo del Toro thing look any good?
Yeah, it looks all right.
It looks like him.
Yeah.
Well, you want to drop What We Do in the Shadows and then call it a day?
I'm ready.
You ready? You ain't ready, dude.
I got it queued up. I can't wait.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. You know, he's the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Dry humor, dude. Don't worry. It's only me. He looks like Kanye.
Yeah.
He's a LARPer.
What
It's gonna
the
be
fuck?
so good, dude.
Did they say fuck? Did they let him
Oh
say
man, I think they can. They can on FXX. Damn, I hope that doesn't get canceled. Premieres
That
March 27th.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. We need to add that to the rotation.
For real.
God damn, that looks funny.
Can't wait.
What's cool is in this show, you can tell they're like, because they know a lot of people haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
So they're kind of going to revisit, you know, the stuff in the movie, the
A lot.
werewolves, and
Yeah.
they're kind of going over everything again. I like the characters that they've picked. The guy that's the familiar.
Yeah.
It looks good, man.
It looks really good. I cannot wait.
I'm excited. Matt Berry, dude.
He is a
I'm
fucking
hoping
treasure.
this is the chance, like, this is his breakout in America.
Yes.
Because that's not, you know, he's not a household name here. We know
He
him.
will be. Yeah.
He will be. This is going to introduce people to him. They're going to Google his name. They're going to see his other shows. They're going to be like, this motherfucker right here, dude.
Yeah.
He's so funny. So funny. What are we watching next week?
I've got on the list White Boy Rick.
Okay. So next week we're doing White Boy Rick. We'll do our new episode of True Detective. Oh.
Wait.
Is
What?
it White Boy Rick or the house that Jack built?
What I've got next on my paper is White Boy. Yeah.
Okay.
White Boy.
What'd you say wait for?
So there's something happened with Graham.
Graham
How do you-
Norton?
No,
Oh.
Graham Linehan.
Who's that?
the guy that created the It Crowd and Father Ted, and
What happened?
so this happened on December the 12th, 2018. Father Ted writer Graham Linhan compares the trans movement to Nazism. Whoa. Yeah. He said, this is a quote, "I've been one of the people standing up saying, no, this is wrong, despite everyone telling me not to do it." Mr. Linhan made the comment during an interview with American online radio platform Resistance Radio, part of Deep Green Resistance, which describes itself as a radical environmental and social justice organization. Resistance Radio said its presenter spoke to the writer about the insanity of trans activism, asserting that males can be women, the reinforcement of patriarchy, and the death of discord. During the interview, Mr. Leinan argued that he feels he must speak out against transgenderism because it is too important to himself and the women in his life, but said doing so is like putting your hand on a flamethrower. The opposition is so extreme and so frightening that eventually everyone is asking you to stop. My feeling is I can't because it's too important. It's too important to the women in my life, and it's important to me. And he said and claimed that not speaking out against trans rights is like ignoring something terrible happening like Nazism. I'm now in a position where I can now answer questions honestly of if you were around the time of something terrible happening like Nazism, would you be one of the people who said this is wrong despite being opposed? I feel happy in myself that I've been one of the people standing up saying, no, this is wrong despite everyone telling me not to do it. Screenwriter also claimed the trans movement provides cover for fetishists, con men, and simply abusive misogyny. Eventually, people will break and realize this is wrong. The writer was warned by police for calling trans activist Stephanie Hayden he and used her dead name to refer to her, which is the name she used before transition. Miss Hayden said she asked the police for swift and proportionate action to make clear that transgender harassment was acceptable. Following the police action, Miss Hayden said transphobia in any form is unacceptable. Now the police matter has been resolved. Anything else? Pardon. Thank you to the transgender community for your continued support. What? I mean, he goes on. The writer told, it's obvious to anyone who actually listens to the interview what I'm saying, but by maliciously twisting my words. Adrian Harrop is simply opening another front in this harassment camp against the last manifestation of which was a visit from the police when I shared a Sky News interview in which he was humiliated by feminist Posey Parker. As for Pink News, when a magazine purportedly for gay people collaborates in homosexual erasure by indulging the straight fantasy that men can be lesbians, something has gone deeply wrong. Proud to be on the same side as the many gay, trans, and female people who are fighting against this latest onslaught by the patriarchy. So,
that guy's a fucking genius. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, whatever he touches turns to gold. Here's the thing. I'll say this. All right, look. If you're born a male, you're a fucking male. You can call yourself Christine. You're still a dude. Like,
right.
It's like saying, I'm like, ice is cold. No, it's not. But it is. Touch it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
right.
cold. I get the whole, like, you don't want some dude going in the bathroom with your daughter thing. Like,
yeah.
I get that.
Right. Well, my take on the whole trans thing is if you are a gender and you're transitioning and becoming another gender, you're going through the whole process. You have every right to do that, right?
Yes.
But
You're still a
being
male.
well, it's being taken too far
Too
because
far,
now
dude.
you have people that are fluid, gender fluid. That means that they get to decide what gender that they want to be at will.
On any
And
day.
how is that fair to us fucking peons?
Yeah.
You know, us nobodies that are like, hey man, what's going on? I'm not a man today, I'm a woman. And then the next day you're like, hello, ma'am, I'm not a woman today, I'm a man. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do
it
know what
should,
you're saying.
and I'm not saying,
You can be
I know,
whatever you want to be.
yes, but it's getting taken way farther than it
Yeah,
needs to
dude.
be taken. Like, it needs to be firmly established because look, I don't, I don't want to, I don't want to like make myself look like an idiot or anything like that by calling someone something that they're not. If I don't want them to get offended by that, but if I'm not properly educated about this person, then why is there an expectation that I am?
It's
You know
almost
what I
like
mean?
by them being gender fluid, though, they're just setting you up to fucking fuck up.
You're right.
You know
That
what I
is
mean? It's
exactly
almost
right.
like they're doing it on purpose. Well, I'm not a woman today. I'm a man. It's like, oh
Yeah.
well, that you threw me off because 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
you were a dude. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's kind of what he's saying is because it's really being taken to the extreme and it's putting people in um this very irrational situation that they shouldn't have to be put in to begin with. I mean, I don't have a problem with someone
You can
being
be
a
whatever you
man.
want to be. That's the beauty.
Yeah, exactly. But give us a break. You know, just cut us a little bit of slack. It's like the fucking GameStop ma'am, sir thing, you know, and it happened again. It's like people are going
To
out of
fucking
their
fuck
way.
people.
Yeah.
It's like this, dude. How old are you?
29.
Are you sure you don't want to be 25 today?
I mean, I feel like I'm fucking 40 something.
Don't you want to be 30 today? Don't you want to be 15? No, because that's not a thing. Like,
Yeah.
you are what you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
dress however you want to dress, and you can remove any body parts you want to remove, or add to it. But like, I'm 31, dude. I'm 31.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I'm a guy. No matter how I dress,
Right.
I'm
I
a
mean,
guy. Like,
I get
you
what
can't
he's
get
saying.
I get it. Oh yeah, but he's fucked.
Yeah. He's crucified.
I will say this though, he's probably at the end. You know, he's probably at the end. Like, he don't give a fuck. He's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, dude. These people, they want to be free to do what they want to do, but I can't say what I want to say.
Yeah. That's the.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say, but what about me?
Yeah.
It goes both ways. I hate to see that happen to him, but you know the UK, you know, spotted dick, like.
Right.
He shouldn't, you know, but hey, you gotta give something, you know, gotta give it up to him for fucking going there.
For standing his ground.
Shit, I like him even more.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and think about like his contributions to everything through his TV series, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
In the It Crowd, he played on the gay thing.
He did such an incredible job on the whole gay straight topic.
Yeah.
It's genius. He's a fucking genius.
He is a genius.
You can't watch that episode of the It Crowd and tell me, first of all, yes, that it's not funny, first of all, and second of all, that
he hates gay people.
Well, it shows you how easily confused everyone is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They went to a fucking gay musical called Gay the Musical, and they are trying to figure out if the guy that invited them is gay. because they went to a musical called Gay the Musical. It's fucking genius.
It
you know,
is,
like,
dude.
and that's everyday life right there
It's
for
possibly the best episode of that series.
people. Yeah.
Whenever
yeah.
I want to introduce someone to it, that's the episode I play. Jeff, we're going to watch something. We're going to watch the It Crowd. No, we're not going to start on episode 1.
No.
We're going to watch Gay, the
Season
musical.
2.
Season 1,
episode
episode 1, yeah. And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I got nothing against gay people, dude.
No.
You can be gay all day. Hashtag gay all day.
Yeah.
But I agree with him. It's gone too far.
It needs to be reined in just a hair.
Just a hair?
Just a hair, yeah. Well, that's like, I was talking to this chick at work, that 60-year-old chick, and somebody put on, this is a real post on, that somebody made on Twitter or something like that. Yeah, on Twitter. Men who don't wear jackets in cold weather do so with the express intent of intimidating women and to make women feel like lesser beings. If you see a man who is not wearing a jacket when you're cold, then call him out on his toxic masculinity and ego violence.
OMG.
So I can't be comfortable.
I'm fat, dude. I get hot.
I know.
I'm wearing a fucking winter coat year round.
Yeah.
That don't even make sense.
It's hilarious.
How many
right?
fucking upvotes did that get? You know, how
A
many
lot.
fucking did it really?
Yeah, it did.
So if I go outside right now and I don't wear a jacket,
and a woman's wearing a jacket,
I'm a fucking piece of shit.
yeah, yes.
I'm hot natured, dog.
There's another article that we were talking about too, where this kid is suing his parents because they did not ask him for his consent to be born.
The world that we live in.
I know.
The balls. I don't even know if he's a boy. The balls on that kid.
Yeah. And it's
you're lucky to be here.
Yeah.
You selfish fucking prick. Sue his parents. He might win. Dude, a judge will throw that shit out. Come on, dude.
No, he'll win.
God.
He gets the right judge. This is a statement.
Kill yourself. If you don't want to be here, die.
Yeah.
What's the problem? You go. Is that in America?
Yeah, I believe so.
Go to Oregon, they'll put you down. It's legal there now. Yeah. You can go to Oregon, they'll help you out. It's not suicide, it's legal. Are you fucking serious? I'm not throwing a flag up for suicide, but shit, if you don't want to be here, dude, you hit the lottery.
Yeah.
You're a person.
It's ridiculous.
Before I heard that, the most ridiculous case was the woman that sued McDonald's for the hot coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee's hot. We all know that.
Right.
Hot coffee burn baby, you know? Now there's a kid suing his parents because they didn't have the consent from him before he was born. I mean, how would you even give consent, you know, for him to be born? And now he's going to take it to trial and sue his fucking poor folks. Like,
yeah,
come on, dude. We need to step back a notch. Like, it's getting out of hand. Dude, I can't even believe that's a thing.
It is.
He needs his ass kicked.
I'm not even making shit up. That's real. And that's what I said. I said, so his parents are supposed to go in a time machine before they have the kid and ask the kid,
yeah. Well, first we need time machines before we can do that, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I'm done.
All right. White Boy Rick next week. Episode 6 of True Detective. Keep it real. It's been episode 100. It's been real.
We kept it real.
We kept it real for sure.
Yeah.
It's been real.
They might ban us from fucking YouTube after this episode.
They can't because I'll sue them.
Yeah, right.
All right, guys. Checks in the mail.